Okay. So I would like to once again welcome everyone to the Magic, Miracles, and Manifesting webinar. It's wonderful to have all of you here and very exciting. We had over 200 people register, and it looks like right now we have 50 attendees. So that's wonderful. When it comes to these subjects, it really helps to have the group dynamics and the group energy. And I know, because I know so many of you who are on our list right now, that so many of you are just the most awesome manifestors, the most awesome healers. You care about everyone else as much as you care about yourselves. And that means that as we're going through these exercises tonight, that will help us to get really clear and manifest our goals and our dreams and get over obstacles that have been really in our way of creating certain things in our lives. We all have some of that, even those of us who really know how to apply the techniques, apply the concepts in law of attraction, philosophy, which a lot of you do have that awareness, but there's always some area that we feel a little bit stuck in, or we feel like we can use some extra help. And for those few of you who are fortunate where you don't really have any of that going on, everything's wonderful, you have everything exactly designed in your life. If you're in that position, you've probably already done a lot of inner work and really had to go through a lot of bravery and courageousness and taking lots of steps in your life to get there. And of course, some people are born into this lifetime with greater challenges than others. So wherever you are on your path, even if everything's wonderful, you still are someone who is constantly striving to grow and to get to experience more and more of your own self, your own energy, more experiences, more adventures, more love, creativity, excitement, and just getting the most out of life. So, whatever your goals are here today, whether you're at that point where it's almost hard to imagine that things could even be better, then set your goals even higher, that a whole new realm is going to open up for you that you've never even thought of or experienced before. And if you're someone where you have been struggling a lot and maybe financially, you're just having a really hard time right now, believe me, we have all been there, just about all of us have been. And there's a lot of people here who are in business for themselves or trying to get into business for themselves. A lot of people here who are on different points of their journey and their spiritual work, and even trying to bring their spiritual work into their profession to integrate their whole life for with the things that are most fulfilling to them. And so those people are here tonight as well. And in fact, several of them are speakers. So the speakers are really representative of the people that are attending here too, because they're at all different levels. For example, we have Sara Wiseman, who's going to be speaking in just a little bit. Sara's been on her path for a long time. We worked together years ago, and then she has gone on to write 8 books and has a radio show, and she's quite along on her professional path, but I'm sure she would even tell you there's things that she's working on. And then we have other people here that are really brand new teachers and are really excited about being here and just getting to share their meditations and get the experience of speaking on a webinar like this. In fact, we have some people who are, say, Kazandra. She's somebody else where she's been on this path for decades as a spiritual teacher and clairvoyant and incredible healer. And but this is the first time where she's well, I think she's probably been maybe on one other webinar or so, but is new to working with the computer. So we're all working on different goals and different levels. So wherever you are tonight, just know that you are very, very supported, that everybody wants as much for you as they want for themselves. And we're going to bring that energy together and just use that group dynamic of well-wishing to enhance the whole experience. So we have several speakers, and the goal is for each speaker to have 10 minutes, because a lot really can be achieved in 10 minutes, and you get a different taste of each different style. And I'm really excited to see what people are going to be coming up with. There's going to be a variety of meditations, where visualization meditations, affirmations, and written exercises. And so lots and lots of good things ahead. So what I want to just start off with here is giving the first introduction. And our first speaker of the evening, and I'm going to have to put my glasses on here so I can see what I'm doing. Our first speaker is Krishanti, and I'm going to show her. Krishanti, can you turn on your webcam? Okay, there you go. So there she is. Okay, and so I would like to introduce Krishanti, and she is someone who has been on this path for quite a while now. She was one of my students early on when I was just starting out teaching online and telephone classes, and she has gone on to be an incredible teacher herself. We co-teach different workshops. She is a really great clairvoyant. She has created many audio courses that are available on her site and on Daily Om. We have a couple of courses together, and her website, if you want to learn more about her, is krishanti.com. And she is going to be talking about connecting with spirit, raising energy, to help you know what you really want to know on a deep inner level. So Krishanti, I am just going to stop my webcam here. And then Krishanti, was there anything that you wanted to share on your screen? And Krishanti, let's see, I'm not sure if we can hear you right now. You're going to need to oh, there you go.
You can come up here.
Krishanti.
And now can you hear me now?
Come on.
How's that?
Okay, that's probably good. Why don't you get started?
Okay. Well, hi everybody, and I'm kind of embarrassed because I'm in my pajamas and I don't usually sit right here in this corner, or use my webcam. So if we could just get over that. And anyway, I'm going to make you close your eyes when we're doing this exercise, so you won't see me at all. But because so many people are doing so many amazing exercises with everybody tonight, I thought a really fun thing to do would be to get into connecting with our true spirits and the energy of what makes your heart soar. Because I think that when you're excited and you're happy and you're really in tune with just what you love,
Go ahead.
it makes manifesting that much easier. And what I've noticed from a lot of people I've worked with over the years, and myself included, is that when we get in the mode of wanting something, sometimes we can get sort of like really frustrated and upset and angry, and irritated that we don't have it yet. And I know I've read all the manifesting books, and they're all like, don't think about that, don't focus on it. But when it's front and center and in your face that your life or any aspect of your life isn't the way you want it to be, it's really hard to ignore that and pretend like everything's just fine and get really jazzed and happy and excited about your life. So in this short little exercise, I'll try to help everybody bring their vibration to the high level of just what you love and what you are so thrilled about in your life and what you want to have happen in your life. And when you have all those emotions working and then you bring them to the other exercises, it just amplifies the energy. And with all of us together as a group, if we raise that vibration up by like 10 or 20 knots or notches, it's just fantastic what we can do. So if you guys can all just close your eyes and just take a nice deep breath or two and relax. And I'm going to close my eyes too and try not to be self-conscious and let go of my ego. And a nice way to make sure that your spirit is in your body, because so many of us are caught up with our thoughts and other things that are going on, especially at the end of the day. Why don't you try to like just tap your feet a little bit and almost imagine like go down in your mind's eye to your feet and just say hi to your little toes and just send a little bit of love to your toes. And just kind of imagine your whole essence like connected down to your feet and in your whole body. And I think I have a kitty coming up here right now. He makes me happy, so he'll raise our vibration too. Just a sec. Sorry. Come on. Come here. I'll bring him. This is Aloysius. You can open your eyes if you want to see, but he's my little sweet cat. Okay. So just connect. And then keep breathing. And just put your attention on your hands and just imagine with your eyes closed that you're looking at your hands. And just think about all the things that your hands do for you and how they've been with you. They've been helping you through your whole life, doing everything you need them to do for you. And just send a little gratitude to your hands and your feet and to your whole body now. And then just relax some more and just get really comfortable. As Aloysius is, I don't know if you can see him. He's right here. Just get really comfortable. And then start to think about what you really love and what makes you happy. And let's start with one of the most basic things that makes a lot of people happy, which is music. So think about your favorite music. And really just let yourself just pick up, one or two or three or four songs that you love and what you love about that music and how it makes you feel. And it doesn't have to be like spiritual music. In fact, it's probably better if it's not. It's just like really fun, like exciting, happy music or any kind of music. Think about the vibration of the music. Think about what it has signified to you at different times of your life, if it's an older song or something newer, what it means to you, or one of your favorite artists. Well, just connect with that and just think about that for a second. And then think about your favorite people. Think about the people who have just loved you so much in your life, who have done nice things to you, people who've been kind to you. People you love spending time with, or who you remember as being just wonderful. And send a little note of gratitude out to them. And then think about your favorite foods and the things that you love to eat and how it makes you feel when you're eating it or drinking it. And then bring your attention to other things that you love, just things that make your heart soar, things you love to do with your body, things that your mind gets completely wrapped up in and absorbed in. And things that make you feel happy and excited, like just really excited to do. And maybe for some of us, we don't think about those things all the time. And think about things maybe you'd love to do that you haven't done in a while. Maybe you might like to just try or try again. And then think about feelings. Like, what feelings do you love? For me, I love like sitting in front of a fireplace or smelling a really beautiful candle. And imagine that feeling like in your nose, like when you're smelling in your nose, or the feeling of an element on your skin, if it's water or air or the warmth from fire. Really connect with that. And right now you might be having a multi-sensory sort of feeling with all the energies and emotions and vibrations of music and food and things that you do and people that you love and all of that. And that's good. And we all are. Everyone on this call, everyone here is experiencing these wonderful emotions and feelings and thoughts and vibrations. Maybe we have to go away. Maybe that's the sound of rain There, it went away. Okay. So let's just imagine that was beautiful rain pitter-pattering down, and hopefully we all love rain. And now let's just do a classic clairvoyant technique, which will help prime you for everybody else's amazing exercises and the rest of this really fun pajama party. So just imagine a gorgeous, really rich, full 3D sun above the top of your head. And just imagine the real sun in the sky, and then imagine that over your head. It helps me to almost feel the heat of the sun, to see, you know, the blinding brightness of it, the magnificence of it. And then just write your name in the sun. And then a magnet under your name in the sun. And just let that call back into that sun, like all of your energy, and your energy specifically as it pertains to everything that you love, every experience that you want to have, that you have had, that you love having, that you intend to continue to create. Every material item that you'd like to have, every experience, every wonderful interaction with beautiful, harmonious, all the best stuff for yourself. And also just call in the wisdom of your soul, your spirit who is reincarnated onto the earth plane again and again and again, and knows emotions and thoughts and feelings, and knows what you want to create in this lifetime. Just call the wisdom of your spirit back as well. And I'll just be quiet for a minute and let you really fill up that sun with your own vibration. And let yourself feel happy, and let yourself feel excited. Let yourself fall in love with everything that you love. And just watch that sun get bigger and brighter and more full and more vibrant. And let yourself feel happy and thrilled to be alive. And now just imagine with your index finger that you're poking a hole at the top of your head and the bottom of the sun, and let all the beautiful, wonderful, powerful healing vibration of your true spirit just wash through your body with warm, golden, exciting, sparkly energy, flowing all the way down to your feet, up your legs, through your knees and thighs, and your sits bones, and your pelvic cradle, and your back, up your torso, and all the way up through your chest and upper back, and across your shoulders, and down through your arms and wrists and hands and fingers, up through your neck and your head, all through your head, and then bursting out of your head, bursting out of your crown chakra into your aura all around your body, and filling your aura up with this wonderful, powerful, sparkling, joyful vibration of your true identity and all of the things and experiences and energies of everything that you love.
Thank you, Krishanti.
Oops. Bye, wishes.
Okay, everybody. And if anybody has any interesting experiences from any of these activities, then definitely go ahead. And again, for those of you just signing on, there is a section on your GoToWebinar control panel where you can put in either questions or any kind of comment that you would like. So we would love to hear after each meditation if you would just write a few words about what you just experienced. And if you do have any questions, we'll have time at the end of the webinar to answer those. So go ahead and do that right now. And then we're going to get started with our next speaker. But first, I just wanted to explain why we're having this pajama party, and also just wanted to encourage you guys. You know, it is a little hard because we're obviously not exactly all in the same physical space, but we are in the same virtual space. We're in the same virtual space of an energy vibration that we're creating of fun. And I love wearing my pajamas. I almost hardly ever get out of them. Because they're comfy, and usually I work out of the house, and a lot of people here also work out of their houses. And so I thought that it would be fun just to bring up the vibration of like when you were a kid and you used to get together with your girlfriends, maybe boyfriends who you weren't supposed to be getting together with, but you're having a pajama party and just having a good time and being relaxed. And I think it's really important with this work. You know, there's so much room for ego to get involved in any kind of spiritual activities. And it's so easy to many traditions and disciplines, when people start really advancing themselves on different spiritual levels or intuitive levels, they start getting just way too serious and thinking that they have to be the picture of some kind of spiritual guru or the picture of someone who is holier than thou or so professional. You know, we're trying to be professionals, so we have to look like professionals. And in the United States, looking like a professional means wearing uncomfortable clothes, maybe looking like men do in suits, or just looking less feminine. And so that's really silly. What we're doing here with our inner work is learning how to be more of who we want to be. And so why not enjoy ourselves in our most relaxed, fun space that we can be. Of course, if you love wearing business suits, which that's fun, I love getting dressed up too. So even though it's a pajama party, if you want to wear your business suit, your bathing suit, your whatever you want to wear is totally up to you, because we're not going to be looking at you on webcam. Okay, so with that, I would like to introduce one of my very dear friends. We've known each other for at least 15 years. Her name is Kazandra. And Kazandra will not be on webcam, but she is here with us. And it's a great honor and treat to have her with us tonight. She has lived in Sedona for several decades, and she is really, whenever someone is going to Sedona, Arizona, I say, well, you have to go meet my friend Kazandra. And she's an incredible shamanic healer, and she leads all kinds of Native American ceremonies. I always get my fill of the fall equinox ceremony and the spring equinox ceremony, and I learned so much from her. And she leads tours in Sedona. She's an incredible clairvoyant, a teacher. We've taught many, many workshops there, and she's the whole reason I go back to visit when I do. So let's now hear from Kazandra, and I will stop sharing my webcam, and then, yeah, go ahead, Kazandra. You can get started. And let's just make sure we can hear you.
Excuse me, can I say something really quick before Kazandra talks?
Sure.
Okay, I have a little comment here, especially for Kazandra. It says, Rob and I are here. We loved our readings from you in Sedona last year. So we have a little fan club. And hi, Kazandra, this is Michelle. I came with my kids to Sedona, and we met your wolves, and you helped us with certain issues with going to the bathroom. So I have never forgotten you.
Okay, great. Now, the only thing that is, she just had such a nice introduction, but you know what? I am not seeing her on the call any longer after that whole introduction. Let me just see if I am not, oh, here she is. Okay, I'm going to unmute her. I think she showed up as, okay, there we go. Kazandra, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, it's really great to be here, and thank you. And yeah, technical difficulties. That's one of my challenges right now that I'm really working on. So I appreciate that. And thank you so much, Krishanti, for your beautiful meditation just before this. And I'm going to just kind of jump right in here. So we did a little bit of grounding through that last meditation, which was wonderful. And I'm just going to do a little more of that, which is to just close your eyes gently, take a couple of nice breaths, breathing deep into your belly and breathing out through your mouth just to clear and to get ready. Allow yourself to envision a grounding cord from the center of your first chakra at the base of your spine down as far as is comfortable to you in the earth. If you can go all the way down, allow that just to connect, create some roots to keep you grounded. This is a great way to stay connected to the earth. It's also a great way to release any energy that comes up for you during this meditation or any time that you're meditating. Let yourself be present. And I'd like you to envision a path that's inviting to you. It can be in the forest, on the beach, a country road, whatever place is really calling to you in nature. Nature is such a healing experience for us. Sometimes we can't get out there this time of the year, but we can always envision it, and our body doesn't know the difference. Let it be winter, though. Let it be winter at the beach, winter in the forest, winter on the country road, leaves falling. And find a comfortable place to sit on that path. A rock, on the beach, next to some brush, anywhere that you find is comfortable. And as you do that, I would like you to contemplate this quote from Rumi. Make like a tree and let the dead leaves fall. So what does that mean? It means that we all have dead leaves. We all have thought constructs, habits, relationships, anything that you're holding on to that no longer serves you. As these things you're ready to release play across your mind, see them drifting away. They can be drifting on the sea or being gently taken out of view on a breeze. It can be dropped gently off the side of a cliff. Let the release fit your path, and asking your guides, your angels, and Source to help you release these things in alignment with your best and highest good. Just as the trees have no problem releasing dead leaves, so too can you release with ease in the knowing fresh leaves will grow again once the time is right. Feel the relief and gratitude of release. Just as when you clean out your closet or your kitchen junk drawer or clear your desk of clutter, you are now clearing your mind and your emotions, your body, of what no longer serves you. The Hopi have a saying for this: if it doesn't grow, let it go. Wherever you are on your personal path, feel a gentle whirlwind approach. It surrounds you and gently carries away what you have been releasing. Now turn your face to the sun and feel its gentle warmth on your skin. Soak it in through your third eye and your crown chakra. Open to the golden flow of light. Feel it filling your head, your throat, and gently pouring into your heart space. As your heart space becomes full with the golden light, it continues to spill through your body. It goes into your abdomen, through your hips, down through your legs, and out the bottoms of your feet. Every cell, every fiber, bone, muscle, and tissue of your body is filled with golden light, your light, the light of Source. There is so much light, it begins to beam out your heart space. It beams in all directions. Beams in the front, in the back, and both sides. Just like the sun itself, it shines in all directions and fills your environment with warm, loving light. From this heart space, envision your intentions for what you desire to manifest. This can be great health, financial abundance, joyful, rewarding work, or whatever it is that you are wanting to create. See your creation filled with light and already manifest. Feel how you feel in that picture. Feel the happiness and gratitude in your being. Thank your higher self, your angels, your guides, and Source for bringing you this gift. Make a practice of daily to fill your being with light and energize your manifestation. It takes only a few minutes, and as you envision it, and as you experience it, and as you feel it, it will totally energize and manifest. Namaste, blessings, and may you have a wonderful 2016.
Okay, thank you so much, Cassandra.
You're welcome.
That was wonderful. And, you know, I was thinking, just wanted to share with people that this would be a really good time to take a poll. And because we just want to get a little bit of information. And I'm just going to see, I'm getting some, Cassandra, do you know how to mute yourself?
It's not up on the screen currently.
Okay, let me just because I'm hearing a
Screens
little.
keep changing.
All right, I got it. Okay, thank you, Cassandra. So everybody, there is a feature on here, and I have a poll set up, and I'm gonna launch it right now. And I'd like you to just all answer the question, how familiar are you with the subject of manifesting, the law of attraction, power of the subconscious mind. And then you select one of the following: very familiar, expert level, somewhat familiar, or not at all familiar. And the numbers are rolling in right now. I think some people are changing their minds. I see the numbers switching around, but now it looks like they're landing. And so this is absolutely fantastic. The numbers are still changing, but we have 30 to 31%. We have one person that's very indecisive. So we have 31% who are very familiar. And don't worry, we're not going to test you on this. They just went back down to 30%. And then we have 61% that are somewhat familiar. And that's quite a large number for this many people here to be. We have 72 people and 61% are somewhat familiar with this concept. I'm quite certain if we had polled people even a couple years ago, there would be far less people who understand the idea that our thoughts really can create our reality. Not just our thoughts, but our emotions and the whole vibration that we are generating. So that's great. And the 9% said not at all familiar. And that's no problem, because after this class or webinar, you'll be so much further along. The thing that a lot of people who have researched these subjects, I know you guys are all familiar with the book The Secret. A lot of you have read the Abraham Hicks books. Hopefully you've read my book here. I was going to show you the cover here, but Freeing the Genie Within. It speaks to this subject. So many of you are familiar with the subject, but sometimes people get a little bit confused because they say, well, I did a whole bunch of affirmations, or I even did visualizations. But a lot of times, not only do they have conflicting inner beliefs or needs or desires that conflict with what they're saying they want, and that kind of neutralizes them bringing in what they want. For example, they say they want a really great job, but then they also want to be at home and relax, or have more time with their family, or maybe they're not feeling well and they're tired. But here they're working so hard and they're saying, I really want to manifest this great business and have more and more clients or more customers, but they're really exhausted. So there's a part of them that works against that. The other thing is, a lot of times people don't realize that it's not just about the thoughts that you send out there. It's the whole environment that you're operating within. And so what will happen is that they'll be of a lower energetic frequency, but they're still sending out their thoughts. So one of the things we're doing tonight, by trying to have fun with this, be in our jammies, be with people that we love, and have so many wonderful minds here, is we're raising the vibration. I think of it like a pool or an ocean. You know, you could have wonderful things that are in a terrible environment, and those things will not. Imagine like the most beautiful seeds they were totally fertile seeds that had the highest potential to grow. But if you planted them in the wrong soil or didn't have enough water, then they wouldn't grow. And so that's what we're doing here, is we're creating the environment for all of you, so that as you're going through these exercises, particularly the next exercise with Sara Wiseman, that you'll be in fertile soil to really take off and launch yourselves in whole new directions. So with that, I would like to introduce Sara Wiseman. Again, Sara has been on this path for many years. She's written 8 books. She has her own radio show. You could learn more about her at her website, sarawiseman.com. She's one of the leading experts in automatic writing and using writing for bringing about your intuitive abilities. So she teaches intuition and psychic development as well, all sorts of different ways to develop your abilities, but she is specifically very well known for her writing exercises, and she's a fantastic writer. She's also someone, you think, how could somebody write 8 books? I mean, I wrote 3 and I'm going, how is that really humanly possible to write all those books in a short time? And she's put out, we'll have to have her tell us how many audio courses she has. So sometimes I'm like, how does she do this? And what my sense of it is that she's very, very focused. She's very good at, 1, being self-disciplined, and 2, taking her energy and consolidating it in one area. There's other people out there, including myself, where we tend to be doing so many different things at once. And that's fine. That's a great path for those of us that just like to do a whole bunch of things and put our attention and energy everywhere. But that's just a different way of managing things. But one of the things I've noticed for people that are very, very, they produce a lot, is that they have that extreme ability to focus. And that focus can come through all different sorts of meditations. So, Sara, I am hoping that you can, let's see, I'm going to try to unmute you here.
I should be unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, and I'm going to show your screen now. Or can you show your own screen?
Also, take the quick poll
It should
down.
be on.
Okay.
Debra, take the quick poll down.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the quick poll's blocking it. There we go.
Okay, great.
Yay! Can you see me?
Yes. Yes, you look
Yes.
beautiful.
Great. Thank you. Okay, should I just start?
Yes, you should. And I'm in the process of figuring out how to close out my camera, so you just get started there.
Okay. So, well, I just wanted to say thank you to you, Debra, first, because my first experience with all of this, I began to get channeled writing after a near-death experience, and I began to get guides and channeled writing, and I didn't know what guides were. I didn't know what channeled writing was, and somehow the universe brought me to Debra, and I'm like, what's happening to me? You know, is this normal? And Debra was like, I think I can help you. And so I have a karmic debt to you, Debra, for showing me the path when that all began happening, and I didn't really have a way to figure out what it was. I also want to say a special welcome. My son, Charlie Wiseman's on the call, and I think this is his first experience aside from, you know, the stuff we do at home. He's in college now, but so welcome, Charlie. I know that you're going to have a great experience with all these super gifted people tonight. And then I also wanted to reply to Debra's comment about focus, and I think for me, the writing has been almost like, in some ways it's been almost like the only thing I can do really well. I can't do math. I'm not a very good cook. I'm not a great house cleaner, etc. So I think really going with the skill that is your strongest is certainly one way to go through life. If that's like the gift you've been given, like, go use it. So I wanted to talk today about using writing as a method of doing blind readings. I do teach a lot about how to do channeled writing and how to connect with guides and receive what they're saying in language, but I think that we don't have enough time to do that right now. But one of the things you can do is, a lot of you guys are really familiar with, say, using the rose for clairvoyance or using the guides to receive information. And one thing that I've found is that sometimes people can't do meditation that easily, or people aren't very good visionizers, I guess. Sometimes you guys all are, but a lot of people have trouble with that and they struggle. And I started to experiment and see what would happen if we just started to do it just with writing, and we didn't have a whole lot of setup, and we didn't have a whole lot of, like, what I call entering in. We just realized that because we're always in state of oneness all the time, everything's one. And so sort of like everything. This little highlighter is oneness, and this little, chicken object is oneness, and this little Buddha snow globe thing is oneness, and so on. And so why wouldn't, if everything's one, why wouldn't we be able to go to anything and find the incredible answer that we're looking at? Of course, this is what the rose does. It's a symbolic universe of energy, and this is what the guides do. They're translators of universal energy for us. But we could also just like see what happens if we just try and get a reading directly from some supposedly random object. So we're going to do that. And the thing that I also like to do, especially with writing, because with writing people are so used to, say, journaling or writing their thoughts down, I really love to do blind readings so that it kind of makes it more fun and kind of mixes things up so you don't know the question you're answering it until you've written it. So really quickly, go ahead and take out a piece of paper and a pen, and we're going to do some quick little blind readings. And if you don't have a paper and pen or pencil, and don't do it on computer, do it by hand. But if you don't have that, just go ahead and close your eyes and follow along and do this process as visioning. Anyway, go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. We're going to take that deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then I want you to just sort of wiggle your head around side to side and sort of slowly start opening your eyes in kind of like what I call soft gaze. And then you're just going to just find your gaze is sort of stopping on something in the room. And again, it could be, the highlighter pen, or it could be the little chicken thing, or it could be anything else. And just go ahead and you're going to notice, like, at first you were just moving around, and then suddenly, boom, you're totally focused on one thing. And go ahead and choose that thing that you're totally focused on and begin to write about it. And so, for example, say the object that I picked was this highlighter. I might write something like, it's bright, it's yellow, it's sort of iconic, it's a Sharpie, it's the one that's most known. It highlights things. It you show what's important by what you underline with this particular object. It's yellow, which could be power chakra, and so on and so on, and just write everything that comes to mind about this object that you've chosen. Or say you got the little chicken, right? So I would write about this chicken, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Or I would write, some people around town own chickens, or it's made of kind of a porcelain kind of thing, or I got it in Hawaii, or whatever came to mind about that object. So let's just spend a moment. We're going to do the first object, and I'll do this with you. And just go ahead and write. We'll have a little time for that. Everything that comes to mind about that object. And then we're going to, and I'm kind of rushing you through this, but that's okay. I'll make sure we have time for everybody on Debra's forum. So let's just end one and then go back into close eyes, deep breath, let release breath. And now just gently open eyes, and this time go a little slower and just allow the room to sort of let the universe just like pull you to the thing. Okay, and then you're going to start writing about that thing. And I'm just going to write a little bit too. What color it is, shape, what it's used for. Every association, who gave it to you, where it's from. Okay, and then we're going to just wrap that one up. So you can see, do these really fast. And then we're going to do soft gaze. We're going to actually do this pretty fast. Soft gaze, opening it up. And what do you see in the room with you? Write it down. And then one more. Close it and opening and finding that one thing. And writing down whatever comes to mind for you about that thing, whatever the relationship to that thing is that you have. Okay, and now, again, you can take this quite far out. You can, for a half hour, and really go into depth with your object. But the thing to understand is that this is a really useful technique when you get a person who has trouble meditating, or maybe only can do like movement meditation, or sometimes you get people who are really great writers, and this is a really handy technique for them. And now I'm going to reveal to you the questions that you answered. So with the first subject, this relates to your path of life's work, your path or your relationship to life's work. And I'm sure you can spend some time later looking at the relationships between the object, what you wrote, and the question is, what is the most important thing for me to understand about my life's work? The second one, an object, the big reveal. The second object was about what is the most important thing for me to understand about my relationship to my path of health, or my path of the body. What is the most important thing for me to understand right now? The path of health, the path of my body. All right, and the third object, I'm laughing because of what I received. So anyway, the third one is, what is the most important thing for me to understand about my path of family/relationship, my path of family/relationship. And my object was these prayer beads up on the bookshelf here, and so I'm thinking that I need to be meditating more as I work on my path of family and relationship. And finally, path of, fourth object, path of, most important to pay attention to, path of spiritual life or path of soul. And again, you can use connections. I know you're all very good at that. An interesting way to do this without when you don't want to meditate, or you've got somebody that isn't comfortable with meditating. It's a really nice technique to use. And I like to do this as a blinding, where I maybe do 10 objects and 10 things, and then mix them up so that the reading's truly blind. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate being here. I hope you had some good results.
Yeah, thank you, Sara. That was awesome. Thanks so much. Well, we're going to move right along here. And just actually, though, I just want everyone to have a snack right now. So if you have any snacks with you, I have my little Debbie snacks and some wine. So let's just take just a few seconds here while I'm introducing our next guest. And I thought of having a snack. I was reminded because our next guest is Nicole Ferguson. And she, in her bio she sent over, she said that she is a chocolate lover. So in celebration of Nicole and her love for chocolate, I have a whole bunch of chocolate chips here. And so if you don't have chocolate there, just close your eyes, and here I'll stick some, I'll throw some in your mouths. There you go. All right, gotta get a little goofy here. Okay, so I'm thrilled to have Nicole here. Nicole is an incredible clairvoyant. She was one of my students, and she, I've been doing this training for years, and I love it that I'm still blown away by so many people. And Nicole was one of them. I was like, oh my gosh, how does she know that? How is she getting that? So she was clearly just already so much on her path to becoming a professional reader, which she is now. So she's also a fantastic medium. And something else I just learned about her is that she actually volunteers at a prison, at a women's prison, helping them to progress in their life. So
Right.
Nicole, go ahead.
Okay. Thanks for that nice intro here. I'm wiggling the camera. So I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to do a 10-minute meditation with everybody. And I'm going to turn my camera off for this. And the meditation I'm going to do is about releasing some stuff from the past that we hold on to. So just everybody relax and find a chair to sit in or lay on a bed, whatever feels comfortable, and you'll be able to hear me. All right, and just go ahead and relax your body. And just take deep breaths. I want you to focus on your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And I want you to bring all of your attention all the way down to your feet. And say hello to your feet. And allow them to just relax and fall asleep, get heavy. And go to your legs and allow your legs to just relax. And your torso and your organs, and just know that everything is fine and comfortable and safe in this position. Allow your arms to relax. Allow your shoulders and your neck to relax. Muscle. Just allow everything in your face to just kind of get sleepy and fall asleep. Now I want you to visualize a version of yourself in your mind. Can you see yourself? Look at the clothes that you're wearing. Look at your hair. What color are the clothes? Just say hello to yourself, and I want you to just recognize that this is a symbolic version of your spirit self. So go ahead and turn around that spirit self of you. And I want you to just slowly walk out of your body. And as you're walking forward, I want you to notice that you're in a beautiful field of green grass. Look at the beautiful, vibrant green colors all around you. See if you can feel the wind blowing in your face and smell the aroma of the beautiful nature. And I want you to just walk forward. Notice how you feel in this space. Notice your feet as you walk on the ground. And about 10 feet in front of you, you'll notice a large air balloon. And this hot air balloon is tied down by 4 strong ropes that are secured into the planet. take a look at the air balloon itself. What colors and patterns do you see on the balloon? And notice that this balloon just represents everything that you experienced in 2015. It holds that energy for you. Now, as you get closer to the air balloon, you'll see that beautiful wicker basket that's kind of woven and large. And at the base of the basket, you'll notice 5 bricks lying on the ground. Go ahead and bend over and grab a brick. And you'll notice carved on one of the bricks, it says fear. I want you to spend a moment and think, what am I afraid of? What in my life has been holding me back? And whatever picture comes to your mind, whatever feeling comes to your mind, I want you to throw that energy into that brick. And feel the heaviness of that brick in your hands. And I want you to just throw that brick right into that wicker basket. Let go of that fear that no longer needs to be held into your body. And next I want you to bend down and grab another brick. And as you twirl it and you look and see what's carved into it, you'll see engraved on the side it says self-doubt. I want you to ask yourself, what parts of you do you not believe in? When do you think you're not good enough and why? When you think about these things, I really want you to kind of ask yourself, why are you holding on to any longer? So allow that energy to flow out of your body and go right into that brick. And know that that energy can be separate from you. And go ahead and throw that brick right into the basket. So bend down and pick up your third brick. And the next one engraved into it, just etched very deeply, is psychic blocks. And many of us desire to reach our full potential with our psychic abilities. But we feel blocked in some ways. So what things are you holding on to? What thoughts are you holding on to that are preventing you from having everything that you want? What color is coming out of you when you think of those psychic blocks? Whatever that energy is, just allow it to flow effortlessly right into that block in your hands. And when you throw it into that basket, hear it hit the other blocks. And go ahead and pick up your next one. And this block is labeled past pain. Just for a moment, I want you to go to somewhere in the past. This can be a time when you were a child or an adult. What happened to you when you felt like it was important for you to hold on to a memory of pain? And remember that that circumstance, that instance, was only a memory now. And right now is the time for creating something new for yourself. We're in the present moment. So allow that pain to just kind of ooze and bleed right into that block. And feel the heaviness of that weight of that pain in your hands. And just throw it right into that basket. And next I want you to pick up your last block. And this one is so important because a lot of people carry this energy with them. It's money blocks. So on the side of it, you'll see money carved into it. How do you feel about money? What's your relationship with money? Who's taught you about money? Do you feel like you have to hold on to it? Or there's not enough of it? Or it's scary to have it? All of those things may not be healthy for us to hold on to about money. Know that it can be fruitful and that we can receive tons of money in our space. So allow that negativity to just flow into that block. Now throw that last brick right into your basket, and you'll see right at the bottom of the pile is something of your choosing. You can pick up shears, scissors, an axe, a lightsaber, a sword, and I want you to walk around your hot air balloon. And as you cut each one of those four corners that holds those heavy parts of you down, I want you to watch each thread kind of slowly just untangle itself. And know that you are safe and you can be at peace letting go of the things that were holding you back from the past. And that today is a day that we move forward and that we see our full potential and that we inspire ourselves to be the best version that we can possibly and potentially be. And as that air balloon just floats up high into the sky, I want you to set the intention that the universe will transmute that energy into love and light, and that you no longer have to hold on to the stuff from your past. And go ahead and set down the tool that you used to cut the ropes and begin walking back down that grassy field. What do you feel like now? What clothes are you wearing? Has it shifted? Do you feel lighter in your step? How does it feel to walk back that grassy field and let go of all that stuff you were holding on to? As you walk back into your body, I want you to just think about how incredibly awesome it is that you're in this space to help change your 2016 for the better. And go ahead and come back to present and just wiggle your fingers and open your eyes and wiggle your toes. And that's it for me.
Alrighty, you guys, hang on just a second here. Okay, so I don't know if, hang on just.
Nicole, do you have a website?
I do have a website. It's www.nicolemferguson.com.
Okay, great. Thank you, Michelle, for that question too. If I have any other sound difficulties, feel free, any of the speakers, to chime in there in between. So we are next going to have Gail Johnson. Gail, hopefully this is a good time for you and you can start to get yourself together here. Gail, you are going to have a visual here that I still have to pull up for you. Let's do this. Let's, because I just realized that I need to still get that up. So instead, Gail, you're going to go next. This will give you a little chance. When Gail has her 10 minutes, she's going to be bringing some music in and getting everybody moving. So we're going to have one more presenter, and that will be Michelle Bulgatz at the moment. And so I'm very excited to introduce. And then after that will be Gail with her chakra dance music, something to look forward to. In fact, it looks like as far as our, I think that we will have a couple-minute break after Michelle, and then we will go into Gail's presentation. So this will be the last meditation/exercise before the break. And I'm very, very pleased to introduce Michelle Bulgatz. Michelle and I actually used to have pajama parties together. That might sound a little strange, but we actually have known each other since we were in our freshman and sophomore years of high school together. And so we go way back and have lots of fun stories to share about each other. And what I would like to say about her now, she has always had a very vivacious personality, and those of you here who know her are probably just thrilled to hear her talk right now because she is very fun and very insightful. Michelle has been a hypnotherapist for quite a while, and she has a business called the Butterfly Effects Center. Her website is butterflyeffectscenter.com. And she's also been a musical theater director for many years and a mother of 3 beautiful kids that aren't so little anymore. They're almost adults, but what else could we say? She is a marketing and sales professional, promoter, publicist. She's worked with myself and also a co-researcher on a few different remote viewing projects. And so she does wonderful individual work, meeting with individual clients and also teaching classes as well. So, Michelle, it looks like we have you here, and you have a cute hairstyle going on right there. And so I will stop my webcam.
My sample that is with me on my summer party.
Aw.
So I'm all cuddly and snuggly. I'm in Chicago where it's cold and icky, and for everybody on the West Coast or the East Coast where it's warm, I am jealous. So, but I'd like to start. I want to thank everybody. We have so many people here, and I know that sometimes we, we want to do something, and then as the day goes on, we kind of think, well, I don't know if I really want to do something. And you all showed up, and I know once we're here, we're so happy that we came. But I really want to thank you for choosing to come and be here. And I especially want to thank Debra because, she has a great, I'm going to turn this off because I'm getting paranoid. Hold on. Okay. So she has, she's always trying to evolve and come up with incredible ideas to keep people plugged in, and I'm so happy and I'm so proud of her. She has come a very far way to actually be here to have something like this. So I want to thank also Debra for putting this together, and I think it's just great. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the quote, "Choose your words wisely." And it kind of goes along with Nicole's, what she was talking about in her meditation. I feel like, hold on a second. Okay, so, all right, let me see. I'm trying to get my thought. I get very nervous, so I'm just trying to collect myself with my thoughts. Okay, so choose your words wisely. And when I started learning about hypnosis, I was very, very fascinated with the subconscious. And one of the things that we learn is the subconscious part of our brain is the place where every thought and word that we say is attached to an emotion. And if we were to divide up our brain into 3 sections, normally scientists use the conscious and subconscious, or they call it unconscious. But say we split up subconscious and unconscious. And we said that the subconscious was this place where our emotions are stored and our permanent memory is stored. And when we talk about the unconscious, this is going to talk about how our emotions manifest themselves in our bodies. And so, for example, a really big example that I bring up to a lot of people is the word sorry. So if everybody, for a minute right now, move into that feeling of what sorry feels like. So if I just asked you to define that feeling that you get. A lot of people will say things like, I feel remorse, I feel sorrow, I feel small. And when I ask people about what sorry feels like, I even see their body reacting to the feeling. So sometimes people, they curve their shoulders over and their head is, down and their eyes are looking up, above. And in fact, I was watching The View this morning, and they had this topic about how women say sorry so much. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish all these people could come and listen to this idea. So sorry is sorrow, and we know that it makes our body feel, and we usually feel it in the heart area. But what if I told you to just kind of erase that, and I said, I want you to feel I apologize. Feel what it feels like when you change the word from sorry to I apologize. Immediately, your body stands up taller, and you feel a difference. You're saying basically the same things to people. I apologize, or I'm sorry. But when we say apologize, it feels so much better. It feels empowering. It feels in control. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times you get to choose if you want to feel sorry or if you want to feel I apologize. But the question is what do you want to walk around all day feeling? Do you want to have, if you're walking around all day and your shoulders are curved over, then no wonder why you need a massage. So that is kind of in hypnosis when we start talking about programming, and we learn, or we talk about how important our words are. And a lot of us will do affirmations, and those are really great. You wake up in the morning and you do your affirmation, or all day long, or at night, or you have like a time when you do affirmation. But I'm saying that we need to be more conscious of how we talk to ourselves and being more aware of what we say to ourselves. So we talked about earlier about the law of attraction and the power of I am. So everything that comes after I am is what the universe brings to you, and it brings you more of it. So if you're walking around all day saying I am tired, then then the universe says, oh, okay, here's more tired. My daughter, I was driving her to school with carpool, and she was feeling really icky, and I said, what's up? What's going on? She's like, I am so stupid. And I turned to her and I'm like, really? You want more stupid? Okay. The universe is bringing you more stupid because you're basically telling the world, you're telling the universe what you want more of. So I said, what do you desire? What do you want to bring? What do you want more of? And she's like, well, I want to be smart. I want to be intelligent. And I want blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, then that's what you need to say. And when we talk, a lot of us want to lose weight. I'm one of them. And just the fact that I said, I want to lose weight. Well, our subconscious says, huh? What? Lose? You want to lose something? It starts getting scared. And then it says, oh, weight? Oh, let me bring you more weight. So again, your focus and your words are connected to your body. So if you start saying things that what you desire as well, I am healthy, I am energetic. You start changing this self-talk, because what happens is you are reinforcing your programming in a different way. So all your life, if you were programmed in one way to say things that weren't so great for you and pick you up, but now I'm asking you to start becoming more conscious of the words that you say so that you start reinforcing a new behavior. And let's see, I'm just looking at my notes really quick to make sure I covered everything. Yeah, and I think, that's, I mean, there's a ton more to go into detail. I wanted to just wanted to fit as much in 10 minutes as I could. So if anyone has any questions, please ask. But that's basically what I can fit into this. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. So, what does a person do? We hear, well, just like you said, that we should say a word in a certain way. But what if we feel like, say, we know we shouldn't call ourselves stupid, but we feel stupid? Then how do we handle that? Because we don't really believe that we're smart. So you're saying, well, don't say I'm stupid, but how do we fix that?
Well, so this is an ongoing process. So what we do is once we are aware that we are saying things like I am stupid or whatever we're saying that is detrimental to who we are, that's when we want to shift it. And I guess there's this idea, there's like a whole other section that talks about learning a new habit. But you have to keep doing this. Have you ever heard, I think Dr. Phil used to say something like, for one negative comment, you have to say 10 positives to kind of, eliminate that negative comment. I guess he was talking about children, but that kind of goes with everybody. You have to keep on doing this over and over, and then what happens is when you change the way you think, then you change the way you feel. Then you won't even say I'm stupid anymore. You won't even feel that way, because when you think it and you say it, then your body, then that emotion starts to manifest itself in your body. Additionally, when people that walk around like, oh, I'm so afraid of spiders, or I'm afraid of this. Well, think about how that fear affects your body. Or I'm afraid to, call, customer service and return something. Well, if I walked up to you and I said, boo, your whole body stiffens up and gets really tight. Well, if people walk around in fear all day, then no wonder why people, are so stressed out at the end of the day and just so stiff and whatever. Or if your fear manifests itself in your stomach, you're going to have indigestion problems or IBS or whatever, things like that. So I hope that answered.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Michelle. That was terrific and very, very informative. And there's always so much to learn here. And I just learned something else. I learned that you do not want to throw chocolate chips at your own computer screen, because the computer is and the computer will melt those chocolate chips all over your keyboard, which just happened to me. So I would like to a little break, whether I wipe them off or lick my keyboard clean here. We'll take a few minutes break. Let's just take 3 minutes, because of course you guys are always free to get up. We can't see most of you at home, so we don't need a super long break, but just 3 minutes here as we have Gail prepare for Charka, a little taste of what's called chakra dance, and that's going to be really fun. So please come back after 3 minutes, because you're not going to want to miss this one. Okay, we'll see you soon.
Where did I go? I don't know if I'm going to make it on here. This is supposed to be a pajama party, so you're supposed to show up in your pajamas. Everything else. That's you have to put it on your phone. I've created a monster, haven't I? What I'm going to do is while they're on break. Well, it doesn't feel like Tums. Doesn't feel burning. It feels kind of creepy. So this is our chasing hands.
See.
Yeah. It's your first time.
That's hilarious, Deborah.
Okay, so we are still in our intermission here, but we're just gonna get things a little set up. And Lori, I see you're here. We're gonna have welcome. I'm glad you made it. And will we be able to see you on webcam, Lori, when we're ready for your talk? Lori Williams.
Yes.
Okay.
Say that again?
Yes, well,
I couldn't understand.
Well, are you ready for us to, what we're going to do is we're just on our break and we'll be resuming in a minute. And then Gail Johnson is going to go next, and then you can go after her. If you're ready.
What's Gail's name?
Gail Johnson, she'll be going next. And then
Yeah, what's and what I'm trying to do is coordinate. So how long is Gail going to be on?
She'll be on for about 12 minutes. And then are you ready after 12 minutes?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, great. So and then at that point we'll share your webcam. Do you know how to click? You know how to click on your webcam?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I use GoToMeeting a lot, so I know how to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And Gail,
Deborah, I just unmuted Sheetal Kumar. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. She had a question. You can ask now. I unmuted you.
yes, go ahead.
Oh, she wrote it. How do you spell Nicole's last name? I am looking for her website.
Sure. It's Ferguson. And you know what? I will, when we're all done with this, probably tomorrow, I will send out an email with all the speakers' contact info as well. All right, Gail, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. Hang on just.
Do you have my
Yes, I do.
PowerPoint thing up? Yeah, that'll help.
Okay. Hang on.
You know how I am, Deborah.
do. And that's okay because we're all free to be ourselves. Okay. Um, Gail and I have taught together for quite a while, doing workshops. And the thing I love about Gail is she is super organized and she is very detail oriented, as you're going to see. She has such incredible inner vision that she is then able to take outside of herself and share with other people. So she has created a just gorgeous PowerPoint presentation here. And in addition, really, this is just the icing on the cake here, because really, in what she does is her specialty is chakra dance, and chakra dance. She will tell you all about that. She has been, and let me just get. Gail, how long have you been a chakra dance coordinator for? Gail is really the North American chakra dance premier instructor. And go ahead, Gail. I didn't have that data there.
It's probably, oh, you know what? Yeah, I think it's been like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah. And
I didn't tell you that.
yeah, and she just relocated to Eugene, Oregon. We used to live together in Ventura County, California, and now she's in Oregon. And she does she does training over the phone, helping people to be chakra dance facilitators. In addition, she is a soul collage facilitator. And this is kind of fun because I just happened to be in a place where I can show you something. Now, Gail, soul collage is where you take your all kinds of materials, like a lot of times what she'll use is just cutouts from magazines. And then she leads people through learning how to express their inner selves and what they're going through by putting together a collage. And so after working with her, I tuned into myself and I said, well, what kind of visual medium in print am I in most affinity with? And I have played piano for a number of years and love music, and I always loved old sheet music. And so I decided to start collecting it. And then based on what Gail taught me, I came up with these. I don't know if you could see them there. I made collages out of real sheet music from the late 1800s going to the up until 1920s, well, 1940s really. And just had a great time doing it. I couldn't believe how just cathartic it was. And I love learning about the history just from the different types of paper they used and all the just the way they used to. It was so sweet. Everything was about love and birds and bees and very different lyrics than you find. Another of my collages. Let's see if I can show that. This is all kind of spontaneous. I didn't even think of doing this, but since I just happened to be sitting right here, that's another one. So that is thanks to Gail. It was really fun. All right, so now let's see.
Well, you really supersized the concept.
Yeah, Gail usually does just on cards, and then she has a whole collection of cards, which are really cool. So I did supersize them. And she also is a Reiki practitioner and a Reiki master. She does attunements. She's a certified food and spirit practitioner, focusing on nourishing through the chakras. And she does consultations in person and at home. And not only that, but really her day job for many years was to be a dental hygienist. And she was so popular. She's probably the most popular dental hygienist that I've ever met, because she would actually use her intuitive abilities, not just to help her know what her clients needed, but she would get all sorts of intuitive impressions while she was working on them. That's really how we met, because she had questions about that. And what we really discovered was that there's something about people's mouths and teeth that really generate a lot of information. And I'm so proud of Gail because one of her life path journeys was to, she had a very secure job as a dental hygienist. It was very secure, and everything was laid out for her, salaried position. But she knew that she really needed, she didn't want to just sneak in little bits and pieces of intuitive information. And I'm sharing this because I know there's a lot of people in this situation where you're in other sorts of mainstream work, working alongside people that don't understand these topics, and you will get impressions, and it's almost like a lot of times you may feel like you have to hide where it came from, or you're almost embarrassed to talk about it, but you just feel compulsion, whether it's guidance from a spirit or you just sense something about someone and you have this overwhelming urge to share it, and yet the environment isn't conducive to that, and that creates a lot of confusion and heartache. And the sad thing is that a lot of times the people that would really benefit from you're getting information for, that they've been seeking an answer, and you happen to be right there when you have the answer. And so it's a very difficult position to be in. And Gail was in that, and then she worked on it, having to get through a lot of obstacles, but finally she said, I'm not going to live this way anymore. I need to be who I am. And now she's got a whole new wonderful life in a wonderful place, and her husband's alongside with her as well, doing the same type of journey, doing what he loves as well. So we are going to now get me out of here and look at her beautiful PowerPoint presentation. And I'm also going to, let's see, I lost my glasses, so I cannot see. Okay, I'll just use my clairvoyance here to help me figure out how to turn off my webcam. And Gail, do you want to put are you going to be on your webcam at all?
You know what, just to keep things simple, we can just go ahead and put the PowerPoint picture up there.
Okay, let's we'll put it up here, and then when we're done, I'm sure everyone would love to, it's not a, well, why don't we go ahead with this, and then you can say goodbye to everyone on your webcam when you're done with your presentation.
Okay, so you had that up there, so let's see here. Let's see. It says that I'm coming up here. There I am. This is since we just moved to Eugene, I have a really messy office, and so pay no attention to, I should have put a curtain up there or something. But anyway, hi everybody. I am in charge of bringing the music to the party. So you cannot have, well, any type of party, I don't think, without music, but especially a slumber party, and especially with Debra. So, Debra, yeah, there you go. She's right, I'm a little bit neurotic about details and wanting to have everything just so. So, you'll see my slide right here. I'm titling this Delight in the Opening of Your Presence, because as Debra and I have talked about before, if you want to manifest something, you've got to know who you are at your core, because what happens is we manifest what society thinks we should have, or we manifest what we think is going to make us happy. But when we truly know who we are at our core, we're going to manifest the things that are right for us. And that's the whole journey, finding out who we are and where we feel most in alignment and happy with. So it's like going through the chakras for me was a gift. I love organization. I like systems. I have a science background. So it's like, yeah, you learn about the systems, the respiratory system, the digestive system, the circulatory system. So for me, the chakra system was like, wow, this is cool. And how it functions right alongside with the endocrinology section, with the different glands in our body. So I decided that this was the way to get more in touch with myself. And by dancing, by music, we all know how music can touch our souls. We all know how music can bring up a memory. We all know how music can get us going. So I brought the music. I want you to really delight in the movement. I mean, you're at home. No one's going to see you. Normally, chakra dance is done in a candle-lit dark room just to facilitate more of an inward journey. So it's kind of like if you're at a party and they call, someone's going to play freeze dance. That's what my best analogy is. Except chakra dance is the unfreeze dance. So tonight we're going to go through all 7 chakras. I really promise you that if you get moving, you're going to feel better. You can sit in your chair and think about moving if you like, and even that helps because music is going to move you whether you're moving on the outside or not. So that's my little introduction. I will go turn on the music and have fun. So our journey is going to begin with base chakra. And this chakra is located at the very tip of your spine. So when you take your next breath, follow it as it travels down the center of your body, all the way to the tip of your tailbone. You may want to envision this space filled with a glowing red energy. Red is a color that is most times associated with the chakra, but it doesn't have to be red. Now you can feel your feet firmly planted on the ground. This chakra is our foundation. It's our anchor. It's our connection to Mother Earth and the primal part of our being. Its energy will help us to anchor our whatever we manifest in life. So just take note of what you're feeling right now. No judgment. Just move your body the way it wants to be moved. And you'll probably notice that it's more a dance of the legs and the feet. So the chakra, when it's balanced, it gives one the ability to stand up for oneself, to have a sense of belonging, and to feel confident in all the issues of survival. So as you feel this music in your body, focus on the base chakra. Just imagine what your life would look like if you felt really strong in your foundation, how that would shore you up. Now we're going to go up to the sacral chakra, and this chakra is located right beneath your navel. This is a place of the feminine, of the divine feminine, of creativity, of water, of emotion, of flow, a place of pleasure, of sensuality, and sexuality. So take a few minutes to notice any feelings or impressions that may emerge when you move with this music. And usually this dance is more about the hips and the pelvis. So the creative life energies here are associated with exploring the richness of the world with all our senses. very sensual chakra. So when you feel into this energy, feel what your life would be like if you live from that place, if you lived your passions. This is a chakra that brings a lot of sweetness to life. Okay, now we're going up towards the solar plexus, which is located between the navel and the sternum. This is a really powerful dance. It's one that really gets you going and heats you up. The color here is yellow and the element is fire. So really, what gets you going? What lights your fire? What drives your passion? This is all here in the solar plexus. This can be a dance of the hero warrior, divine masculine. This chakra, it relates to issues of personal power, of self-esteem, personality, and energy, your drive. The solar plexus, it gives us the will to act with integrity by aligning action with intention, which is a big part of manifestation. Aligning your action with your intention, being in integrity, standing up for who you are. So during this dance, imagine what life would look and feel like if you were living in your integrity, with power, feeling empowered. Okay, so now the pace of the music is going to change a little bit. And I know the solar plexus got you going, but the heart chakra, just take a deep breath. The energy of this heart is so light and joyful. And the color associated with the heart chakra is green. So again, bring your awareness to the center of your chest and to your breath. Just connect to the rhythm of your heartbeat. Feel the subtle pulse of the energy that radiates from your heart center. And notice, does the energy move freely, or does it feel stifled? Do any feelings or memories come to mind? The heart chakra relates to all matters of love, compassion, relationships. This chakra is healthy and balanced. One has no reservations about following their heart. So imagine what your life would look like if you could follow your heart and you lived from the center of that heart chakra. associated color is vibrant sky blue. So this is the chakra of expression and communication. The throat chakra gives voice to our true desires and needs. When this chakra is healthy, you speak your truth from the heart. You're clear about who you are, and you express it through music, through art, through song, through dance, through cooking, through writing. So imagine what your life would look like if you could live from your truth, live from that place where you could express yourself honestly. Now we're moving up to the Wow chakra, or the third eye. The element here is light, and the association is indigo blue. This chakra is the chakra of imagination, of intuition, and perception. So with your eyes closed, rub your hands together to create heat, and then gently cup your own eyes with your hands and imagine your third eye located between your brows. Imagine that gently opening. Now just allow your imagination to roam free. When you let go of limiting thoughts and you nurture your imagination in a positive way, that's when you're connecting with the energy of your sixth chakra. I think we've all heard the saying, seeing is believing. What the third eye chakra teaches us is that seeing is actually creating. That the vision we hold in our mind's eye invariably becomes the reality we manifest. So just imagine what your life would look like or feel like if you lived your vision. Now we come to the crown chakra, which is also known as the gateway to the spirit. It's located at the very top of your head. I want you to imagine a luminous violet cord that emanates from your crown chakra and reaches to the ends of the universe. Just feel into this beautiful awareness of connection. When we connect to this center, we actually connect to just an expansive sense of joy or bliss that is the divine that connects us all. This chakra is the chakra of transcendence, of enlightenment, and wisdom. It's in connecting with the energies of the crown chakra that we are guided by inspiration to purpose and that we're called to become a part of something greater than ourselves. So think about what your life would look like if you were living with this in mind, living this wisdom of connection with the divine. And really the wisdom to that we're all connected.
Gail, thank you. Do you have any closing words?
Okay. That was really tough. But I did it because usually, Debra, the class is usually over an hour. So to condense it down into that and not knowing how it was going to sound or how to come across, plus it's in person usually. Chakra dance is not a webinar thing, but I read something very important. I really want to share it with everybody else is there's something about perfectionism that if you call yourself a perfectionist or you can't do anything unless you're perfect at it, that is a position of keeping yourself from abundance, from keeping yourself from having. So thank you, Debra, for challenging me on this. And and I'm glad that it wasn't perfect.
No, that was really cool because you know what, when I was getting my other introductions ready together and doing some busy work, and at some point I felt this rush of, it was energy, almost kind of pain, that felt like it was coming out of my heart center, and I looked over and I was like, yeah, we're on the 4th chakra. So I had some kind of shift, even though I wasn't even paying that close attention here. And so that was really cool. And yeah, I've done a lot of chakra dance classes, and it's great when we're all together in the physical. But this was terrific. And this is a reminder that the only way we're going to expand is by trying new things and experimenting with how we do things. And that this is also true of Lori Williams, who's our next speaker. Lori, for years and years, has taught a methodology called What was that?
Sorry, we had a question before you went into the next one. Judy wanted to know if Gail could share the titles of the songs that she played.
Chakra Dance Awakening. Can you hear that?
Yeah, Chakra Dance Awakening.
It's right. It's the introduction course to Chakra Dance. It's only through Chakra Dance. It's through the Chakra Dance classes.
They have the music. You know what? Again, we will make sure that we include that information on the email that we send out with the speaker. So we'll include a link so you can learn more about Chakra Dance and that music. And I hope you guys appreciate that when we were
on
chakra. Thank you, Gail. I just had to. I never have any
Why did I know
a crown? And so I find it on occasion. And okay, very professional looking here.
All right, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye,
everybody. I hope you danced, right?
Thank you, Gail.
Okay, bye-bye.
So next we're going.
Thank you, Debra.
Oh, you're welcome. We're gonna now hear from Lori. And Lori, if you would like to share your webcam, put yourself on webcam while we introduce you. Lori Williams.
Okay. I just unmuted myself. Let me see here.
And
share my webcam.
While you're doing
okay, now Debra, you told me to wear pajamas, right? So I got my pajamas on.
Oh, let's see.
I'm wearing my pajamas. I don't have a crown though. Darn it.
You have a stuffed animal?
That's okay. You're still very pretty. And
We are.
yeah,
What?
tell everyone what you're doing right now. Lori actually joined us today after teaching a very long class to, who were you teaching, Lori?
Well, actually, the class that I'm here for is starting tomorrow morning at 8:20 in the morning, but we are in Arcadia, California, suburb of Los Angeles, so we're close to you, Debra, and we're at a Hilton hotel, and we are getting ready to teach. Tomorrow we have 17 Russians, well, 17 foreigners. Most are Russian. One guy's from South Africa, and we've been preparing. We've been working on getting everything ready for this class. And today I had 2 mentoring clubs that were 2 hours each online, in addition to everything that we've been getting ready for the class. So
yeah, so you've been.
I'm a little bit wiped out from that. I was a little bit extra tired. But I thought, well, this is a pajama party, so you're supposed to look tired, right?
Yeah.
When you've been up all night having slumber party. I remember I used to look pretty rough after a night of partying with the girls. But anyway, so here we are. We're
yes.
I just wanted to say, though, before I get started, I wanted to thank Gail, because that was awesome. Been feeling really sick this afternoon, and I didn't know why. And I was like, I've got all this stuff to do. I can't afford to be sick. And the very thing that I'm going to do with everyone tonight is actually going to help me as much as anyone, because it's cell level meditation, which is a way to really talk to your body. But Gail, I just wanted to thank you. I've never met you before, and I hadn't heard of you before tonight, but that was awesome, and I love the art, and I felt like the whole meditation was really helpful. I'm feeling a lot better than I was 15 minutes ago. So I think it was very helpful.
I'm so glad to hear that, Lori. Thank you.
Yeah, and
I loved it. I thought it was really great.
I just wanted everyone to know just a little bit about Lori, because she's obviously very bashful and she might not talk about herself. So I just wanted to say that Lori has been teaching controlled remote viewing, which is a specific remote viewing methodology, and it's the same methodology that the remote viewers in the military used for close to 2 decades. And she studied with Lynne Buchanan, taking like 1,000 classes, and then she's been teaching for a number of years now, and is really one of the living, existing, foremost teachers of clairvoyant. Of controlled remote viewing. And I was her student, and Kathy Davenport, who's going to be speaking later, she has also taken some classes from her. And it's a very different methodology than clairvoyant reading, which many of you are familiar with, or mediumship or things like that. But also Lori has expanded. She's one of the few people in the remote viewing community that has branched out into working directly with people on people's issues and things like that. So she actually has some unique techniques that you don't really hear about or use for working with people as well. And she's also a certified hypnotherapist doing that and having a successful practice with that, as far as being a professional remote viewer and manager and doing so many things. So we'll have to get moving here because we only have 10 minutes, but I'm going to sign off, and Lori, you take over there. Go ahead.
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I appreciate that. I met Lynne Buchanan in 1996, so this year will be 20 years ago that I met Lynne, and we've all had those times where we have intuition that just pops in and pops out, and a lot of times it feels kind of like the tail's wagging the dog, and I felt like that a lot. And then the universe brought me into Lynne Buchanan's world, and at that point, he took me under his wing and started teaching me in 1996. And in 2001, I started teaching Lynne's courses, and now have developed a lot of my own stuff, and have branched out worldwide. we've been teaching in Europe and in Ireland and London and Russia and Vancouver, Canada, and of course all over the U.S. And so and we're starting to branch out now and teach online a lot more so that we can reach people who can't travel and who don't have the means to travel. So our vision is to, because Jim, my husband, is very much a part of this team, and our vision is just to help people to be able to control that, to control, put my website up there, Deb, www.intuitivespecialist.com. Put that up there as well. But anyway, so our vision is to help people learn to be able to control that so the tail's not wagging the dog anymore, so that it's the ability to actually utilize your intuition on demand when you need it for the answers that you need. And we have a mentoring club with the international students and the U.S. students, U.S.-based students, where we meet on a regular basis for 2 hours at a time, and there's assignments in between. And so it's really neat because they're learning some very in-depth intuitive skills, and so that's something that really, really helps them a lot. But I also had the blessing of meeting a man who is in his 90s now, and he was a psychiatrist for his professional life, and he worked at developing a thing called cell-level meditation that he started developing many, many years ago. And I thought it was fascinating, Deborah, when you mentioned that Gail teaches a type of collage making, because that's one of the techniques this man uses for healing, and he is often called upon by Sloan Kettering Clinic, the top cancer hospitals of the country call on this man, and he still travels to them and works with people who are lost causes, terminally ill, weeks to live, and has been able to reverse the cancer with these people. And they reverse it themselves, and he teaches them how. And he has also been working on, in his own life, on reversing his age. And it's been so successful that he now looks like he's in his early 60s, even though he's in his mid-90s. His voice is very youthful, his face is very youthful, his body's very youthful, and he does it through cell-level meditation, and is being so successful that he goes to a conference every single year, and the last time he went, he ran into a man who hadn't been to the conference for 20 years, and that man thought that he was talking to his son. So he said, "Hey, gosh, I was here about 20 years ago, and I met your dad. He must be, what, in his 90s now?" But he was actually talking to the man that he thought was the dad. And so this man taught me this cell-level meditation, and his name is Dr. Barry Grunland, Grundland, Barry Grunland, and he has this magnificent meditation, and it's not a specific meditation. It's not like he teaches you specific words to say, but it's more like a generic way to connect with your cells, the intelligence of your cells, and let your cells talk to you and tell you what's going on in your body. And so let's do that right now. We're going to do a little meditation. There's no musical accompaniment, and I hope that the sound is working well. Can everyone hear me okay? I hope everybody can hear me okay. If you can't, you can, Deborah, you could just, let me know, type something in there. But as long as everybody can hear me okay, what I'd like for you to do is everyone just close your eyes right now and take a deep breath. Just closing your eyes and breathing deeply and just feeling the air going into your nostrils and into your lungs. And as you feel the air going in and out, think about the space between the top of your head and the ceiling. And then think about the space between your ears and the walls. And as you think about all the space around you, think about the cosmos and all the space there is out there. And you may not know this, but there's actually more space within your body. If your body were expanded to be the size of the cosmos, the size of the universe, you would discover that your body actually has more space between the molecules than there is between the stars in the cosmos. So much space. So as you breathe now, breathe from that space above your head and between your ears and the walls, and just breathe into that space inside of you, that space between the molecules. Just breathing in and out easily, feeling the breath, enjoying the breath. And as you're breathing, take a moment now to take notice of how you feel, starting with the top of your head. Notice how your head feels. Your head may have a light feeling to it, an airy feeling, or it may feel thick, heavy, stuffy. Whatever it feels, you can just take in the breath and notice how your head feels. And if you have any discomfort in your head, breathe into that discomfort right now. And as you breathe into the discomfort, notice what comes up. Take a moment just to notice what pops in. You might notice memories popping up, extraneous thoughts. Some things come in and some things go out. And then notice how your throat feels. How does your throat feel? How does your neck feel? Just notice that now. How does everything feel? And again, if there's any discomfort, just breathe into that spot. Noticing how your neck feels. Breathe into your chest. Your lungs expanding and letting go. If there's any discomfort there, take note of that and breathe into it. Now, for the next few minutes as you're breathing, just notice any discomfort anywhere in your body, any kind of discomfort. Your arms and your legs, your toes, your feet, your back. Any discomfort, just breathe into it. And notice any thoughts that come up. Sometimes people notice that when they have discomfort on the right side of their body, the memories that pop up will be from the past. And sometimes, if they have anything on the left side of their bodies, they'll notice that the memories that come up have to do with physical things that they've done. So just allow the memories or the thoughts to come up, and you can just observe them. And now that we've breathed into the discomfort, take a moment and let's go into the liver. Now, we all know that the liver has over 600 different filtering functions within it. So when you go into your liver, thank the liver for all that it does for you, and allow your liver to tell you anything that it wants to tell you. What does your liver want to share with you now? You might be surprised what your liver wants to say. Just listening to the liver. And go into the cells of the liver. Pay attention to the liver's intelligence. All those cells, science still doesn't understand how all the cells in our body know what to do. If you get a cut, how all the cells will rush to the cut to coagulate and stop the bleeding. Scientists still don't understand how that happens. And now, move to your thyroid gland. Breathing into the thyroid gland. Check in on those cells. How's everything doing there? What does your thyroid gland have to share with you? Breathing into the thyroid gland, listening to its messages. Move into your heart now and listen to your heart. Soft beating, rhythmic, quiet and deep. The cells of your heart, how they've seen so much of your life. What did the cells of your heart want to tell you? So as you listen to everything, just take time with your body. Listening to the body, letting the cells speak to you. And when you're done, you can take a moment just to come back into the room, opening your eyes, looking at Debra's beautiful crown. And just know that you can come back to this spot anytime you want to. You can come back and listen to your body, let your body talk to you. And it's a really great way for healing. You can also build collages of your life. That's another great healing technique that Debra mentioned that Dr. Barry Grunland also uses. So have fun, enjoy your life, and listen to your body, and just see what your body has to tell you and what your cells have to tell you. They may often surprise you. And one of the mantras that Dr. Barry Grunland's always saying is, always love the mystery. You have to honor the mystery and love the mystery, and that we don't have all the answers yet, and that's okay. And that's why we're always open for surprise whenever our cells want to tell us something new.
Thank you.
Okay, are my 10 minutes up, Deborah?
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Lori. Everyone, that was Lori Williams. And my liver was telling me to have another drink. Just kidding. Gotta be silly here. No, seriously. What I would love if this sounds a little funny, but again, in the question box, you can answer a question. And my question to everyone is, first, did your liver tell you anything? What did your liver have to tell you? And so why doesn't everyone just type in, did your liver give you an answer? And then Michelle, if you wouldn't mind, if you're still here, reading some of the responses. And then Robin's going to be our next speaker who I'll introduce in a minute. Michelle, are you still here?
Yes, I've been monitoring the questions. The first thing Judy asked in the beginning is that cell level meditation. Obviously it is. And then we have beautifully guided Lori, XX, that's from Rudu. And then Dwayne says, no, his liver didn't tell him anything. And Crystal's was dehydrated. And Rudu said less sugar. Amy said my liver told me to drink more water and that I was dehydrated. Oh, that's interesting. Jojo, yes, oddly, guava juice. And Darcy, I wasn't able to connect with my liver. And then Kathy said my liver was thanking me for allowing it to heal. And then Diana, my liver told me to stop eating fat. Sad face. And Lynn, my liver said no more tomatoes. And Dwayne added sugar too. So that's, yeah. So their livers are talking. Oh wait, we have one more. My liver told me to drink warm lemon water 2 times a week to help detox.
Oh, good idea. Well, in celebration of that, if you guys, hopefully you have some water nearby, and why don't we take a 10-second water break, everybody? So let's drink our water together. This is water, it's not wine.
Cheers.
Okay, and while you're having your water break, I am going to introduce Robin here, and I am very pleased to do that. Let me just make sure. Robin, are you with us? And we'll unmute you there.
Yes, I am. Hi.
Oh, wonderful. Your house looks so nice and cozy there. And you've got a candle in the background. And so I'll just do a short introduction here. There is so much to say about Robin Gamache. And am I pronouncing your last name? I know I kind of butchered it there.
You're close. It's Gamache, but hi.
Robin Gamache, and I should know this because we've been working together for a while. And Robin is a long-time spiritual practitioner and teacher. She does a lot of work both on the computer and, she does a lot of work on the telephone, but then also sees clients in person. And she is also another of those former students of mine that just blew me away when she came into class. You know, I get a lot of people in my classes that are already at such a level of proficiency, and it's just such a pleasure working with them because really I feel like I'm learning from them more than anything else. So Robin here, and I lost everything I was going to say about you here. Robin, why don't you just tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Oh, okay. Well, I've been on a spiritual journey for the last 20 years. I've been practicing healing energies, bringing through healing energies. I do a lot of multi-dimensional healing using a lot of different modalities. A lot of it clairvoyantly and visually. I'm bringing through that kind of healing work. I see clients in my home, in this very room that you're looking at. They love to come here. They love the energy here. So I have a lot of clients that just love to come to the house, and this is my home office. And we do sessions here, and they range from inner child healing to past life healing to Akashic readings. Soul readings.
Robin, there's a bit of a sound issue with your microphone, I believe. There's a lot of static.
Okay. Do you want me to put the headset back in? Maybe that would help.
Let's see if that would help. And would you like me to give you had something to show on your screen. Should I show your screen now?
You can, yeah, if you want. Here, I'll do the see if I can get the headset to work. Okay, how's that?
That is much, much better. Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, so yes.
And then you just need to accept being presenter and showing your screen. If you see there should be a little message that says accept. Okay, there you go.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So what I'm going to do tonight is a written exercise that I'd like you to all follow along with. Deborah's going to put up my screen, my little form that I created. And the top portion of that form is a exercise that came directly out of her book, Freeing the Genie Within, and I'm using that because it is just a fabulous exercise, and it worked for me personally, so I know it's going to work for you. And I love her work in the way that it's so heart-centered and so grounded and so user-friendly. So I can't say enough about it. But anyway, so we're going to talk about manifesting and how to do it and the steps that go along with manifesting. And one of the big things, I think, is defining your goal. And putting that into words that are going to actually work for you. So that's what we're going to work on first, is defining your goal and making sure that that goal that you really are wanting is actually the goal that's wanting to be manifested. Okay, so I know Deborah said something about conflicting goals earlier, so maybe this will help clarify some of that.
Robin, sorry to interrupt you. So we're seeing your screen, but we're not seeing the document. Can you pull that document up on your screen? Do you have it?
Yeah. I'm trying to do it right. Oh, just a minute.
Okay.
Oh, there. How's that?
There you go. Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm off the hook now. All right. Okay, so you know, we've all had examples in our lives of wanting something and getting it. You know, sometimes we know how it came to us, and sometimes we don't. When we don't know how it's come to us, it's because we're constantly manifesting just through our thinking and our thoughts. So I call that unconscious manifesting, and it happens all the time. So you're using the law of attraction all the time. So let's use it with intention and with conscious focus and see what we can accomplish. Okay? So so I'm going to get started with number 1 on this conscious manifesting worksheet. And if you want, you know, I do have it on my website. You can download it later and you can have it and fill it in then, or if you'd like to just pull out a piece of paper and just follow along and see if you can fill it in now, that'd be great too. So number 1 is, what is your goal? And so we're going to use an example here that's very near and dear to my heart because it's one that I'm manifesting right now. And so we're just going to go through this process that I went through defining this goal. Okay, so number 1, what is your goal or your wish? And my goal was I needed more money. Okay, so who doesn't need more money, right? So I put money down as my goal. So number 2, so what will this achieve and why do I really desire this? Well, think about that. Why do you need the money? Okay, well, my answer was, well, I need a place to live out west. I need another home out west. There was a time we were going to sell this house, but then and move out west. I'm in Michigan, okay, but it looks now as if what we really want is 2 homes, one in the east and one in the west. So that's what I'm going to achieve by getting more money, is I'm going to buy a second house out west. All right. So number 3, the reason I want to achieve just what I wrote in number 2. Well, I started listing reasons and they went on forever, okay? I mean, I want the second house so I have the opportunities, friends that live out there, to network with people that are in my spiritual family that are like me, that are you know, doing the things that I'm doing, to meet new people, to expand my practice and have greater exposure, to more people and more opportunities to teach and lecture. And also, big reason, because I need to live in a warmer climate. I love to be outdoors, I love nature, but during the winter months, you know, you feel pretty cooped up here and you can't get out. And so I would love to have the house for that reason as well. So when you go down here to number 4, rewrite the goal as the final goal. The final goal here is I really want a house to live in the West. Well, I kind of left it nice and wide open there. So I could put all of those things that I wanted and into this one statement. What I really want is a house to live in the West. So, all right, so we'll move to number 5, the specific details of the goal. And the specific details of the goal, see, we're narrowing this down. We're getting, you know, we're starting to get this into a context that we can start bringing forward. So I want a house as nice as the one I have now, or better, in a safe and beautiful area with all the opportunities that I just described above in number 3. So taking that again to the next step, restating my wish as an intention, I'm now putting it in a place where I'm actually thinking this is where it's, you know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I intend to manifest a beautiful house in the West with all the opportunities and advantages I would love. That's a very broad statement. Doesn't talk anything about things that might limit this. It just talks only about what my true desire is here. So then we take it a step further to number 7, and now this is where you really unwrap the package and you start talking, you know, feeling these emotions you're going to feel when you have this, this certainty, this ease you're going to feel, this calm you're going to feel knowing that you've manifested this in your life. So you write into that section right there. And number 7, I feel so very happy and joyful and excited and relaxed and at ease, knowing a second home in the West has already manifested for me. So now I'm just waiting for it to arrive. Isn't that beautiful? I think that's just beautiful, the way that just flows. It started with, well, I want money, and then it ended with this beautiful, specific, wonderful intention, and then manifestation of what I actually wanted, which is the house in the West. Okay. So you can use this with anything, you know. You could use this with weight loss. You could use this with relationships. You could use this with manifesting, you know, financial security. Anything you want in your life. This is, you know, I urge you to think big and to go for it. That's what I'm doing here. All right. So so as we move down here, this part of the chart, we're going to go to number 8, and that's called releasing obstacles. And I know we've done some meditations, excuse me, on that already this evening, but you know, it deserves talking about again. So what are you holding on to that no longer serves you and this goal? So start writing that stuff down. So what are you holding on to? There are things that, you know, you can let go of right now, things that you don't need to do too much thinking about, just things that you know that they can go, okay? And things like that could be, you know, your ego getting in your way, you know, ego thoughts of not being in control of how you get this goal that you've just laid out. The universe brings it in whatever way, shape, or form is best for you, and the universe does that in its own way. So trying to control that goal is nearly, you know, you can't do it. So let the ego go, drop that ego, and trust. So holding on to the past, that's a fear of the unknown. So something you don't need to hang on to, and that you could just let go of. Just let go. Fears related to having it or not having it, those are success and failure. Fear of success and fear of failure, that's what really that's all about. So you might need to look into that and see what is causing that, and that might take some further looking into. But doubts about deserving it, that'd be self-esteem, or that the manifesting process won't work for you. Well, that's self-esteem as well. So.
Oh no, it looks like Robin, we're no longer able to hear you. Robin, for some reason we're not hearing you anymore. Okay, so Robin, we can't hear you anymore. Robin, okay, maybe she can't hear us either. Okay, can anybody hear right now? Can anyone hear either one of us right now? All right. Is anybody hearing us right now?
It's something I don't really have to worry about, and I can let go.
Hello?
Yes?
Okay, so we lost sound for a little bit, and now it just now came on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's we're good. So thank you very much, Robin. Appreciate your presentation there. We just lost the last the last minute there. And now what I would like to do here is introduce, so we'll say goodbye to you, Robin, and then we're going to bring on Iris.
Hi, Iris.
Hi there, everybody.
And so Iris.
Okay. Okay, Debra.
Yes.
Not everybody can hear. We still have a bunch of people that cannot hear.
Okay. Why doesn't everyone type in whether or not they can hear right now?
They're doing it. I have a note on my thing that says attendee still on hold.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. That should help.
And they're all saying it's retrograde Mercury.
Yes.
Okay, now they can hear. Okay, everything is good.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, welcome back, everyone.
Yes. And you guys, this is going to be recorded, and so if you've missed any part of this, you can definitely, I'll send you guys links and you can watch this on YouTube. But we still have a couple speakers, and we are saving, I don't want to say the best for last because you've already had wonderful people speaking, but just hang in there with us if you possibly can. Right now, even though it's late, I wanted to have Iris come in later because she is so energetic. She is going to get your blood rushing, and you're going to probably be up all night after listening to her speak. So we are hear from Iris. And Iris, did you want to show your screen with anything at all? I can
No,
Okay.
no, I thought we'd keep it really simple and just go with the flow of the voice and the energy with it.
Okay, great. Simple is always good if you can pull that off. Go ahead.
All right, so dear Debra and everyone, I have to say it's just such a joy to be here with everybody. And you're so funny, Debra, introducing me as somebody who has so much energy. It's true, but it's 6 a.m. right now, and I've been up since 2 a.m., but it's true, I still have energy. It's fine, because we are always connected to the infinite potential, and I always walk when I talk. So this is a perfect opportunity to demonstrate that and be that and embody that. But I have to say I'm absolutely amazed by everything that we've experienced so far today. Amazing people, amazing energy-aware colleagues, and I just loved everything that they shared. And I think it's perfect that you placed me here right now, so that's wonderful. And I would like to start by saying, even though there's no webcam and there is no picture of me up right now, the title of today's event, very unusual and lovely, authentic event, is Magic, Miracles, and Manifesting for 2016 Pajama Power Party. And I will let you know that I am actually really wearing a giraffe pajama just for the occasion, because giraffes are very much connected with the heavens and the earth, right? And it's like within my name. My name also means rainbow in many languages, and in Greek, where it comes from. And that actually, I feel quite that I can identify with that name, because I felt always very connected with the heavens and the earth. And I feel it's very important, especially for very sensitive people, and for this time that we live in, or that we experience as the time that we live in, to be really connected as we live this physical life, to be connected with the heavens and the higher realms, and to bring in that energy into the everyday. And so the theme, the topic for my meditation with you, my soul journey with you, is bring in the magic into the everyday. Because that is when you have the magical energy in your life, then manifesting miracles becomes your normal everyday reality. So with that, I'll also let you know that I'm an energy communicator. We all are in a way, but I always invite frequencies to flow through my voice, to flow through any type of communication we might have and share at any moment in time and space, and to ask it to include the inspiration for you to receive in a way that matches your unique essence, that matches who you are in this moment, and that matches what your soul, your heart, your spirit feels like receiving in a unique way, because we're all universal, but we're all unique. So with that, I invite you to just know that whatever I'm bringing through, it's an invitation, and it'll adjust automatically to what really works for you. And interestingly, we already heard about the Ginny within and Debra's book, and that is something that we have in common. I always love that theme, and for a reason that I'll mention later, I felt inspired today to take you on a magical journey, to really bring in that magic into the everyday. And for that, let's jump right in. I invite you to take a moment to just close your eyes if you haven't done so already. Unless if you're asleep already, you have closed your eyes, and that's wonderful, because we will still receive everything that's important for you at this point. But I invite you to close your eyes and to take a moment to, with the next breath, gently drop down into your heart space, into that beautiful emotional center, into that core center of who you really are. And as you're dropping into that heart space, I invite you to become aware now that in this beautiful heart space, right in front of you, there is now a magic flying carpet manifesting and materializing in energy right in front of you, so that you can actually step onto it, and knowing that this is a very safe vehicle, even though it's magical, it's energetic, that a miniature you that has dropped into your heart space can now step onto that magic carpet, knowing that this vehicle of that magic carpet will safely and effortlessly lift you up and carry you on that journey, on that magical journey that we're going on together right now, that I'm guiding you through, and that I'm inviting you on. So that miniature version of you that dropped into your heart space is on your magic carpet right now. And as you stepped on that magic carpet, I invite you to know that it's really safe. It's absolutely safe, comfortable. You can feel really relaxed in your PJs as the miniature you that is present in that energy moment. And this carpet, it will now effortlessly lift you up going through all the higher chakras up into your crown chakra. And in your crown chakra, you now can take a moment to become aware of that beautiful, sparkly, golden source energy, that connection to the infinite, that connection to the higher dimensions, as we call them, which will be interesting for that exercise that we shared together. So as you are now aware of being in your crown chakra, you might feel that suddenly the magic carpet lifts you up even higher, effortlessly, magically, and safely, in a very comfortable way. You might be surprised how at home you can feel on a magical carpet that is lifting you up high, high, high up into the higher dimensions now, into the higher realms, even higher up, maybe higher up than you might have ever traveled before in your awareness. And know that it's even higher up than seventh plane. Some people might know from theta healing, from higher awareness. Just know that your magic carpet does it in the exact right way for you and will lift you up and guide you, carry you exactly to the right spots within the higher realms, within that infinite potential universe where you feel most at home in your true essence, and yet very much right in the middle of that universal connection with the big everything. And as you find yourself in that spot, way, way high up in the higher dimensions, in those higher realms, comfortably seated or lying on your magic carpet, you might just suddenly become aware that right in front of you, as you're breathing, as you don't really have to do anything right now, but just simply be in this moment, joining me in this energy, on this energy journey, you might be surprised to find right in front of you a magic lamp appearing on your magic carpet to match the theme. And as you see that magic lamp that we all know from, the genies that live within the magic lamps that will fulfill your wishes and connect you to the realm of magic and infinite possibilities, you might just suddenly feel inspired to just very gently touch it or rub it, whatever feels comfortable, whatever feels good, whatever you feel inspired to do right now, as it is your unique journey. And as you touch it, what you suddenly might find is that with a blink of your eye and the next breath that you take, right in front of you, out of a quick spark of light, your higher self shows up right there next to you on the magic carpet. And that is a surprise, right? Because we were working with a magic lamp, but your higher self, as the genie from within you, is showing up now right in front of you to support you in this moment. It makes me giggle, so apparently I have a giggle-inspiring a genie that is not a surprise for me, but I'm enjoying it anyway. So just know whatever shows up for you will be exactly right. And as that genie, that is your higher self, is materializing, is showing up in front of you in energy, you can just have a look at it and feel that this person, this being in front of you, is a being of light, is a being that reflects the universal essence of who you truly are, that has within itself that connection to the infinite, that connection to limitless potential, to pure golden, sparkly, magical source energy, as it flows through all of the universe, as it creates everything, as it holds the potential to create everything, that it is right in front of you as a reflection, the true you in your higher dimensional version of who you are, as you might have understood it up until now. As we have an interesting time schedule here today in the everyday realm, I'll really speed you through that process, because there is really a lot that we can achieve in very little time. So I invite you now to become aware that that version of you that is the wants to invite you to integrate it, to invite it into your physical body, like into one of your chakras. Just feel where it wants to go, like as it transforms from that energy being in front of you to a golden spark that represents all potential, infinite source energy, infinite resources there for you at any given moment. And with the next breath, just know and trust that it will be integrated. It is integrating now into your body, into that space where it's exactly right for you. And as it comes in your system, it might have been coming into your heart chakra or into your solar plexus chakra, but I really invite you to know that it is exactly right. It is blending with you, merging with you, becoming a part of you, but truly it's just your awareness that becomes aware now that it has always been a part of you, that you've integrated that knowing now. And with that, yes, with that, I invite you to really feel that spark within you. And as that has happened, it's all that it took. That magic carpet is now very gently starting a very gentle descent. Gently taking you down from the higher realms, through your higher chakras, again into your heart space. And as you reach your heart space, you might be surprised to feel that way high up into the higher dimension, and right the core of your very being in your heart space, having integrated that spark, that universal light, is actually it's identical. It's one and the same, because way high up is deep down within yourself. It's living there at all times. And as you've become aware of that, I invite you now to feel that your magic carpet
Did we lose Iris? Oh.
Your lowest chakras, igniting that spark in all of them, and gently, safely landing on the everyday plane, landing on the ground that is the surface of the earth as it is represented in your room where you're in now. It could be your bed, it could be the floor under your feet. Just know that it is happening. The magic carpet has landed in the here and now, in your everyday life, on the surface of the earth. And as it is landed, you might be surprised to see that now this magical energy, that carpet that holds all potential, and the magic that you became aware of and that you brought through, invited in now, is now merging with the surface of the earth, and it is spreading to northwest, east, south, all directions, up and down in your everyday life experience. It's being communicated out, sent out into all areas of your life. And as you're here now, I invite you to become aware that that is the magic that you have accessible to you in everyday life at all times. And I want you to remember that there is more than enough space in your life and for all areas of your life to prosper. There is more than enough space in the world for everybody's life to prosper. There is more than enough resources accessible in the universe to provide us now and any and all future generations with more than enough creative potential and energy to prosper and lead an abundant life. And so I invite.
Okay, sorry, Iris, we had to mute you there because we're going to have to move on now. So Iris, thank you very much. And I just wanted to say about Iris that she actually has, and besides for being an incredible intuitive consultant and medium, Iris has been serving as the practice group facilitator for the International School of Clairvoyance that's sponsoring this event. The students get an opportunity to practice every Wednesday morning and the second and fourth Wednesday evenings, and she's the facilitator, and she has done just a wonderful job. And if anyone here is new to the International School of Clairvoyance, they can go onto the website and sign up for a free student reading, and maybe you'll get to meet Iris when she's facilitating. She's been teaching for decades, and she teaches all sorts of really, really interesting classes, including psychic development. She's an expert in mediumship. She's studied a lot over in the UK with all the mediums over there, and she also teaches business and spirituality classes. So check out her website. So moving on, we have two more great speakers, and they get their full 10 minutes, so we'll still be around, and I'm delighted to see so many people are still here, and I hope you'll still hang out with us, because the next one is going to be a very big treat. And we have Nikki here. Nikki, feel free to show your webcam, and you may not have known she was going next, so we'll give her just a minute. And in the meantime, I will give a little introduction for her. Yeah, lost my paper. So Nikki, I can tell you about her. She, again, I can speak directly. She just gave me a reading a couple weeks ago, and it was extremely helpful and really fun. And she's definitely one of my go-to psychics. And she is just a lovely person and a great healer. And she does different classes as well. She has an exciting class coming up about how to lose weight with the use of energy. And I have her website up here too. Nikki is going to be talking about the subject of happiness and how important it is to be open to your goals. And I have a story I might share at the end if anybody is still left here at the end, regarding some of the techniques that she's going to be working with her. I just manifested something very exciting, and I'll tell you what that is after all the speakers are done. But it was something that I had wanted to bring into my life for many, many years. And there was only one thing standing in my way, and that was myself and my willingness or openness to be able to receive it. So she's going to show you how to, if you have something in your life where maybe that is an issue, you're just not giving yourself permission for it. She's going to show you how to do that now. Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome. So I'm just going to turn my webcam off actually for this, and I'll pop back on at the end. Okay. So tonight I'm going to share with you a clearing meditation to make space for what it is you want to manifest for your health, wealth, and happiness. And some of the people have already talked about this tonight, but it can be really challenging to manifest something when you don't have room for it, whether it's something you want to manifest that's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. And this could look like anything from losing weight, which is a popular topic, especially this time of year. It could be you want to take fewer medications, you want to have more energy, you want to increase your income, you want to find a new job or your dream career, or it could just be you want to feel more happy most of the time, or you want to have more time for yourself. So there's lots of different things that we can manifest. And so we're going to jump right in. And the first thing that I want you to do is just decide to put all your attention in the very center of your head. And from the center of your head, I want you to create a grounding cord. And let's all imagine, just for fun, that it looks like a gigantic tree trunk, like a beautiful giant redwood tree that's really, really strong. And this tree trunk is going to be connected to your root chakra at the base of your spine. And the tree trunk is going to go all the way down into the very center of the earth, 4,000 miles down or so, way, way down there. Connect into the center of the earth and make sure the tree trunk is at least as wide as your hips, if not wider. Good, and you may already feel a shift. We've done a lot of grounding here, but you still may feel a shift. And back in the center of your head, I want you to visualize. And what you're going to visualize is a gauge that goes from 0 to 100. And you're just going to look at that gauge, and this gauge represents your level of willingness to release the old in order to make space for the new. So ask the gauge to show you your level of willingness to release the old to make space for the new. And you may see the number, you may just know the number or have a sense. You don't have to overthink it. So good job, just keep that number there. And now with that information, I want you to just decide, it's just a decision, to release any energy in your space that is against letting go or resist letting go of the old in any way. And you may see this energy release down your grounding cord as a color or a symbol, or you may just feel a shift or have a knowing about the shift. And I want you to go ahead and release any reoccurring thoughts or feelings or emotions or statements that no longer bring you joy or help you get to where you want to go. And these kinds of statements can be stuff we say to ourselves all the time. I'm too fat. I can't do it. It'll never really happen. I don't have the energy. It's just too hard. I'm not smart enough. I'm not educated enough. Any of those oldie but goodies. Just let those all go. Good job. So now what I want you to do is watch that gauge explode like a gigantic firework, and go ahead and create a new gauge, a brand new gauge. This gauge also goes from a 0 to 100, and this new gauge represents your willingness to truly receive. Ask the gauge to show you your level of willingness to really, truly receive what it is that you want to manifest. And just see what that number is. And then now I want you to decide, again, that it's okay. It's okay to release any mental, any emotional, physical, or spiritual habits that no longer serve you or promote your manifesting success. And these habits could look anything like holding on to a habit or a way of living or a way of thinking or a way of being that you hold onto out of obligation. You hold on out of responsibility, peer pressure, fear of making somebody mad or sad. Just let that all go. These are biggies. And you can, if you want to, even just visualize a hand that's clenched like a fist and just watch the fingers open and just let it all drop out. And then one more is I want you to decide to release any unconscious survival energy. Any of these statements or thoughts that you want to release that your survival mechanisms have been holding on to, just give them permission to release. Good, and give yourself a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now I want you to explode that gauge. See it blow up like a big firework. And then we're going to create one last gauge. So this is a new one. And this goes from 0 to 100 as well. And ask this gauge to show you your level of faith that you have in your own ability to truly manifest what you want. So ask that gauge to show you how much faith you have in yourself and your ability to manifest. And see what that number is. And now I want you to put a grounding cord on the gauge. So you have a grounding cord on yourself, and now you're going to put a grounding cord on the gauge that also goes into the center of the earth. And just let it release any energy that's holding you back from having complete faith in yourself. Just let that go down the grounding cord out of the gauge, and as that's happening, watch the gauge move up to 100. And now go ahead and take your finger and push the gauge up to 100%. It's legal, we can do that. And I want you to lock it in there at 110%. Nice, good job. Now what I want you to do with this gauge that's at 110% of your faith in yourself and your ability to manifest, and you're going to bring it into the top of your head, into your crown chakra at the top of your head, then down into your 6th chakra in the center of your head, down to the 5th chakra at the base of your throat, down to the 4th chakra in the center of your chest, down into the 3rd chakra at your solar plexus, 2nd chakra below the belly button, and the 1st chakra at the base of your spine. And let that gauge then just kind of float back up and stay in your heart chakra. And this is where it's going to radiate and give you a bunch of energy for manifesting. And all your chakras have been touched with this gauge, so they are in tune with what you want and how you are in present time. And since we did so much releasing, we're going to do one more fill up, or a fill up. So go ahead and create a gigantic, ginormous golden sun above your head, just like the one in the sky, and call back all your energy into the sun. And just watch that sun get bigger and brighter and warmer and full of your life force energy. Go ahead and write your name in the center of the sun, claiming all that energy as yours. And bring that into the top of your head again, into your crown chakra, seeing your crown chakra totally fill up into your 6th chakra. Watch that fill up. The 5th chakra at the base of your throat. 4th chakra at the center of your chest. Just watch that golden sun fill it all in. 3rd chakra at the solar plexus. 2nd chakra just below the belly button. 1st chakra. All the cells of your body until your body is glowing bright, and then it oozes out into your aura layers all around your body until you are a bright, glowing being full of your life force energy. Let's give yourself a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and then gently open your eyes. Thank you for joining.
Okay, well, thank you. That was terrific, Nikki, and it's great to see you there with that beautiful picture matching your beautiful blue eyes there. So thank you very much. And next we have, our final speaker of the night, and this is Kathy Davenport. And I'm just going to, Kathy, I think that you weren't able to get your webcam going, so I'll just show my screen here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. And she has a beautiful picture up here. Great. And so I am very pleased to introduce our final speaker. And it's great to see we still have a whole lot of people here, 48 people. So thank you for hanging in here with us. And Kathy, you will definitely get your full 10 minutes because we want to hear everything you have to say. Kathy's going to do a really fascinating talk on be using a shamanistic technique about time. And so I'm going to follow along with this one for sure, because I've never heard this one before. And I've known Kathy for a number of years. We're remote viewing buddies. We've studied remote viewing together, and she was also originally in one of my classes. And we also do lots of reading exchanges together and all sorts of work together. And she's just a very, very sweet person. She lives in Minnesota, but she spends a lot of time with her lovely boyfriend, Rick. And I don't know if Rick is still with us here right now, but it was nice. Oh, good. It's nice to have some men here. And so Kathy also, she is, her and Rick just go all over the world training with different shamans, and they have been to some far out crazy places, but they've come back with so many incredible techniques. And so she's very educated in shamanic healing. She is a medical primordial Qigong practitioner, as well as other Qigong methodologies. She's an alchemy master, and she's an expert in neuro-linguistic programming. And again, she's also a terrific clairvoyant. And her website is thespacesinbetween.com. So take it away, Kathy.
Okay. So I am keeping this actually very, very simple. So, and it's a meditation also, so you get to relax again. And it's called Wheels of Time, which actually is kind of humorous because I'm the last one. So thanks for hanging in there. So this meditation will help us enter into each moment fully, like expanding our sense of time and space. And to experience time as if it stopped or elongated. And I really like that word elongated because it's fun to really play with time. And if I had a lot more time, I would do more. But for now, I'm just going to guide you through this. And it's linear time and universal time. And just a reminder about meditation, I'm going to talk through this, but if you guys veer off and go off somewhere else, that's totally okay too. Just know that you can have your own experience. So for the last time tonight, I'd like you guys to sit back and get into a comfortable position if you're not already in one, and just take a few minutes to stretch and take a few deep breaths. And relax if you aren't already relaxed after all these wonderful meditations. And just close your eyes. And imagine that you have a rapidly spinning wheel of energy suspended in space right in front of you. And this wheel spins really, really fast. And it's spinning so fast that it appears to be a blur. And as you watch this wheel spin, feel how your body is with this spinning wheel in front of you. Does it feel heavy? A little weighted? The spinning wheel exists outside of you. And this is what we call the wheel of linear time. And its motion can seem to pull energy from you, making you feel perhaps tired and constricted. Just feel into that sensation. Now take a deep, restful, cleansing breath. And as you completely release this, release that visualization of that spinning wheel. Let go of any constriction or feeling in the body from this wheel. Now take another really deep breath and relax again. Feel your body and experience each breath fully, feeling the sensations in your body and the space around you, clear, at ease. Now feel that you're sitting comfortably in the center of another spinning vortex of energy. And this is the wheel of universal time. And notice the wheel. The wheel is a luminous circle of light spinning rapidly all around you. This wheel radiates light through 12 energetic spokes into your luminous and physical bodies, nourishing, energizing, and awakening you. As you sit embodied at the center of this spinning vortex, be fully present in this time and space. And yet feel yourself at the same time expanding beyond this wheel. Feel the light fill your body. You're vast and free. Feel all the dimensions and aspects of yourself in each present moment. Feel the light infusing you from the 12 spokes. Let the light illuminate your cells and your organs, your bones, your muscles, your tissues, your mind, and your emotions. Allow the light to pool and to create a column of energy in the center of your body that moves up through you, connecting from your root deep into the earth and radiating out the top of your crown. Breathe into that column and feel. Now, let the visualization fade, but stay with the feeling of this light. Allow the light and its energy to integrate naturally. Transition slowly, remaining in an expanded yet grounded state. And as you come back, let this light continue to infuse every part of your body, every part of your life. Let it move through with you during your day and in your sleep and in your dreams. Slowly open your eyes, stretch, and embody this teaching of time and elongating time for your soul. Allow it to seep within every core, every cell. Let fears and judgments arise, fall away naturally. When we rest within our true nature, we're free. Ego is dissolved, not into nothingness, but within the fullness of light. So enjoy your dreams tonight in light. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Hang on a second, everyone. That was very beautiful. Now, I want to just say, wrap things up and then open it up for questions. Hang on just a second here. All right. That was very beautiful and very poetic, and it would be nice if we had time for even more of these wonderful meditations. And I just wanted to just say a few words about this subject. There's so much that could be said, that has been said in many books and documentaries, and many people are talking about these subjects, and we can never get enough of it. I'm sure, in fact, we have a feature on this program that allows for people to raise their hands, and essentially raising their hands or making a comment. Michelle, do you know where that feature is on here? Because I wanted to ask people a couple of questions.
Yeah, it's right. It's right under when you open up attendees.
Okay.
It'll be under. It says mute all and then hands and all.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people.
And then when they hit it, then it lights up by their name, and then we know who it is.
Okay, so let's try that. And people, what I'd like to know is how many of you here tonight, maybe some of this was familiar, but you just had an aha moment at some point, like something that you hadn't really realized before. If there was anything tonight that you learned that you hadn't known before about yourself, or just had a little aha moment, if you can raise your hand right now next to your name. And then Michelle, if you can tell us what you're noticing there.
Yeah, so we have Sonia Cook, and I unmuted her so she can speak.
Okay, go ahead, Sonia.
I just found out my limited ideas or limited beliefs. They just kind of spun out, and I was able to see certain things, certain patterns in my life.
Fantastic. Thank you. And
okay.
Yeah. And then Michelle, do you see how many people lifted up their hands or indicated?
And then there's Ruby. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name.
Rudu.
I unmuted you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was. It's interesting to see how everyone kind of like took, all the stuff that we work with, and kind of like they've done something creative with it. It's just interesting for me to be able to know that we can expand with our creativity and expand our tools and our also our ability to create and manifest.
Okay, thank you. Well, I just had a couple of things that I wanted to share. Unless
we have one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Wayne Anderson, your mic is
Yeah, everything is new to me.
Okay, great. Well,
So that's
there's a few places that you can start if you're brand new. One would be checking out my book, Freeing the Genie Within, Manifesting Creative Abundance and Success in Your Life. That's a good one to start off with. Also, the very first book on manifesting I ever read was called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And that really is still a classic that I really enjoyed. I just wanted to share, this is speaking to the topic that Nikki did a wonderful meditation on earlier about the ability to receive and having this. And I'll show you a picture here of something. Now, I'm very excited because for the last 20 years or so, I have been driving around in really, really crummy vehicles that are all broken down looking. I mean, I for a while I had things that they look kind of okay, but they were always kind of old and didn't feel the right vibration. And what finally happened is I realized I knew, anytime that you find yourself feeling irritated about something that just never seems to change, it's easy to be thinking about, well, it's for some outside reason. I don't have enough money. There's not enough opportunities. But so oftentimes it is really about it being something within yourself. And so I realized that I was not, that I could have gotten a better car years ago, but just wasn't letting myself do that. And so I said to my significant other, I said, I really have to do this because I'm feeling irritated every time I get in like one of your old work trucks. And sure, we're saving money. I don't believe in credit or doing things on loans. So that's one of the things that we've been avoiding, taking a loan out for anything. And I said, well, let's go look for some kind of car. And he said, well, no, let's save up money first. And then when we get the money, we'll go out and look. But what I've discovered personally over the years, at least for me, is until I actually start taking physical action and going out and knowing what I want, having a very clear picture in my mind of what I want, it doesn't happen. So I had to go looking for a while, and then I decided, okay, I want a Mercedes. Now that seemed like pretty impossible since I knew I didn't want a large loan and I don't have really good credit. But still, again, even though my mind said I can't make this happen, I still started to do research. And through a series of events, we finally ended up going to a dealership where they had used Mercedes, and I saw a car there. And bottom line is, I still had no money for down payment. They denied me because my credit isn't so good. And I just said, you know what? I want that car. And I went home and I just said, okay, I'm going to give this to myself. And within 2 days, $10,000 came in from very unexpected sources. And I had enough for the down payment and I got the car. And so this just happened 4 days ago. So I am now driving around in my beautiful red car with a navigation system and heated seats, which I always wanted but never imagined I would be able to have. That was just for special people. And so just wanted to share a picture of my new dream car, and I just go in and sit in it. And the thing is, it feels so good. Everything has a vibration. And so I don't even have to drive it. I could just sit in it and just meditate in there. But the thing about when we manifest something, when we bring something that we've really wanted in our lives, that we're really going to appreciate and enjoy, that emanates a frequency that then spreads out through every other area of our life. So this is why it is important to give yourself things that make you happy, because then you're going to be able to springboard off of that and just be in a better state overall. When you're in something that's broken down and you just feel not happy in, it really brings your energy down. Now so for me, that was my life lesson. But the thing that's important to, and I'll just leave you with this thought, is that, when it comes to a lot of spiritual concepts, we tend to think, okay, there's rules. Like this rule, we want the rule that applies all the time to everybody. And we're always looking for it. Okay, these are rules and lessons to live by. And it starts to get real confusing and very apparent when it comes to this field of manifesting and the law of attraction, that there are many, many paradoxes. And that's because what could be true for one person may be very true for someone else. For example, let's say somebody has lived a life of luxury, and through different circumstances, maybe they just need to be freer, and that being freer means that they're not going to have as many of the luxuries that they had in their life, at least for a little while. I have clients that were wealthy their whole lives, and then something happens, and now they find their bank account is zero. And I found that a lot of those people are absolutely terrified. And that's another thing, is that I found that I've had clients where maybe they had like $300,000 in their account. Meanwhile, I'm living day to day, and I might have $300 to my name, to our whole family name. But because I've lived, having to live day to day, or sometimes, hour to hour. I mean, I was in the position when I was pregnant, I had like $1.30 to my name, and someone came up and asked me if they could have some money. And I looked at my $1.30 and I gave them the dollar. And the very next day, again, money came in through an unexpected source. So I feel very blessed, because my path has been learning that I can act on faith, and I was able to use all of these tools because I had to. I had no other choice to get me out of very difficult situations until I raised my vibration and I worked through a lot of stuff and learned these lessons, and now my abundance level is going up, even though I still pretty much live day to day. So with somebody else who, let's say, lived a lifetime of luxury, their lesson may be, in fact, learning that they can be okay and they can create in the moment. And that's a very important lesson for people. And also, even just to feel, some people haven't, if they've always had things, some people are very gracious and appreciative, growing up having a lot. Others don't really realize how to appreciate it. And then their life lesson is to fall upon some hard times and get that appreciation. You don't know how to value water until you've lived without water for a year, which was the situation when I moved to the Philippines to study with faith healers. We had no running water for a year. And every time I get in that shower now, I am so thankful for it. And I never want to lose that feeling of gratitude. So these are just a few things I wanted to share. So much more to talk about, but I will not keep you any longer. I'm sure some of you are having your eyes roll back in your heads. But that's all I wanted to say. But Michelle, why don't we just open it up? Does anyone have anything else they want to ask about? If you want to ask any of the speakers who are still here any questions, just let us know who you want to ask something.
I have a question. It's from Shatil Kumar. What is the best way to find out what my psychic ability is? It's so fascinating to me, and I would like to learn.
Well, you're definitely in the right place, because there's a lot of people here that teach psychic development, and definitely our school, the International School of Clairvoyance, can help. My books, You Are Psychic, The Art of Clairvoyant Reading and Healing, and Extraordinary Psychic, Proven Techniques to Master Your Natural Abilities, can help you. As far as your direct question, a lot of people start off with an ability that they just connect with. There's a lot of people out there, especially today, that have a strong sense of empathy, of of clairsentience, the ability to feel other people's energy, to feel people's emotions. There's some people that are good at hearing other people's thoughts. So everyone has a certain strength that they maybe comes in a certain mode more than others. However, what most people don't realize is that just because you maybe tend to feel information, again, feeling emotions or even pain sometimes, even though that may be your number one sensation, you can learn how to develop all your other senses. You could learn how to bring about visions and pictures. There's some very simple techniques. We obviously don't have time tonight to go over them, but you can learn how that's being clairvoyant, how to see visions. You could learn how to hear the thoughts of other people. That's your telepathy. Or how to communicate with spirits. That's your mediumship. Some people are just naturally, they're always having communication with spirits, and they don't realize that that's just one aspect of psychic abilities. For example, there's remote viewing, which is the ability to tune into locations and objects on a physical level. And there's a whole host of methodologies for that. Really, with these concepts, including the concept of manifesting or healing, we could have a whole university of all and specializing in all these different areas. And that's my personal dream and goal, that there'll be eventually universities that people can go to, not just online classes, but at actual universities, whole departments. And within the department, there'll be countless classes in every area because there's that much to learn and explore. Thank you for that question. Michelle, any others?
No, just a lot of thank yous and positive comments from people that they had a great time. A follow-up to what you just said. I bought your book and really enjoyed reading them. Thank you for answering, and we'll look forward to learn and explore. Okay, and Ava's back. Okay, hi. All right, and and then just a lot in general of people. I think that they really enjoyed tonight.
Oh, terrific. Well, thank you so much for your participation, everybody. And again, if you want to know about any of the speakers before we send out the email with their names and addresses, let me just show you the page. If you go to debrakatz.com, and then you can go to our page for the workshop. It'll be up, and this is where you'll find the YouTube link as well. But you can see the speakers' names here, and they're all linked to their websites. And we'll be sending you out more information in the days to come. And so I want to say thank you to Michelle Bulgatz, Kathy Davenport, Nicole Ferguson, Nikki Gross, Iris Krishanti, Sara, Lori, Gail, Robin, and Kazandra. And I want to say thank you again to Michelle for helping out with the questions, and definitely Kathy. Kathy was our quiet timekeeper who was sending me notices that time was up, and if it wasn't for her, we would be here for another 8 hours, I'm sure. So thank you for that. You guys have a wonderful evening, and hopefully we'll get together again. I'd like to do this again, maybe for the spring equinox, So look forward to hearing about that in a couple months or so. We'll start promoting that. All right, you guys have a great night. Happy New Year.